Alright. Hey, what's up, Acapellics? Welcome back to Acapellic TV podcast with your boy Celestino Valencia. And man, we have a special guest. We have Lorenzo Breeze back again from the last time we had you on Acapellic TV was what? On the second season, I believe, right?
Man, it was so long ago, bro.
Yeah, man. I think it was like
Yeah,
about 6, 7 years ago, some shit like that, bro.
yeah.
Holy shit, man. And just seeing like where from where you started to now, because I remember you said you were doing the whole, I can't remember. I think you said you had a barbershop, right?
I
Or
was
you were
yeah,
cutting it.
yeah. At the time I was working with my partner, Sean, and he was
Uh,
a graphic designer, and we had like uh a ret no, it wasn't like a retail. It was more like a little fashion pop-up spot over there in Soho.
huh.
And like we was selling our clothes and doing haircuts
Oh,
out
damn.
of the same place, yeah.
And what happened? You guys are not doing that anymore, or what happened?
Well, that ran its course and it was successful, but we just got like other plans.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Well,
yeah,
it's just to hear that, man. But I still see you doing your thing. I've been seeing, catching up on your IG page and even on your YouTube page, on your YouTube channel, because I think you have a new YouTube channel, right? Where
yeah,
you're cutting hair and stuff like that. I'm seeing you do
yeah,
like type commercials and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell? I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
about
yeah.
this. So what's up with that, man? How like you still cutting hair,
Well,
or do you have your barbershop, or like what's going on with that?
well, I took on barbering as like a means to like have stable income, and like music at the time, I couldn't really figure out a way to get any cash flow from it. So
Uh,
barbering has been a really great thing. And for like the past few years, maybe like 4 years or so,
yeah.
I was cutting out of the barbershops, but I decided to kind of like try to venture off and build my own brand and kind of like raise my own funds so I could, you know, gain my own space.
Hey man, but it's
That's
working for
yeah.
you because like I see a lot of people hitting you up for haircuts, and now you also got what a studio. I see in the from the background. You have a studio, man. You got
Yeah.
even people booking you for studio time and shit.
Yeah, man. I'm doing everything out of my apartment. I done turned my apartment into a studio, and
Damn.
like I basically got like two rooms. One is for recording audio, and the other one is for like photography and hairstyling.
See, man, that's what I'm talking about, man. That you're actually out here hustling. It's because like
Yeah, bro.
these kids nowadays, man, they don't have the fire that us old heads have, because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
expecting
yeah,
everything to come to them, because
yeah,
I get it. Like, this is a generation where everything is given to them, and there's so much. TikTok is making a lot of people popular and stuff like that. But these kids nowadays that they're not even trying to even do it. They don't. They think they could just start a day and they're gonna pop off, and that's not how things work. Because like yourself, like myself, like other artists, they've been doing this for a bunch of years. Like Little Wayne and all these other artists, they had to do this for a bunch of years before they actually popped off. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man. Well, you see, like those are the guys that I try to like pay attention to. Like, Lil Wayne is one of my favorite artists of all time.
Same here, bro. Same
And
here.
and yeah, man. And like one of the things that I try to take away, especially from Lil Wayne, is his work ethic. Their work
Yeah.
ethic is crazy, and I feel like I yeah, you got, people doing their thing today, but I try to look at longevity and that's what I try to like emulate, the things that I see keep people solid and footed, and it seems like, putting that extra work in keeps you around for a long time, you know.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's what I try to
You're not
focus
just
on.
talking about it, man. You're actually about it because you have your own studio, you have your own
Yeah,
barber
yo,
thing
look, it
going
don't matter
on.
if I get a hit record. Like I know I'm gonna make my money for the day. You know
One
what
way
I'm
or
saying?
another way, man. Yeah. Hey,
And
that's what it's
that's
about.
just a plus. That's just a plus.
Yeah, and yeah, because I mean, like you're hustling out here. You know that if you're getting it from music, you're getting it from producing, you're getting it from haircuts, and you got revenue because you like myself know music. You don't really make money. You make
Yeah,
money off of
yeah,
your
yeah.
sponsorships and stuff like that. And touring and merchandise, and that's what people don't see. The only people who actually make money like that is a Drake or a Little Wayne because they're mega stars.
Yeah, man. I read somewhere. I don't know where I read it because I be doing a lot of reading and shit and like just
Yeah,
watching a lot of informational stuff. And something I heard somewhere, somebody said, if you really want to make Like if you really want to make some money in the music industry or whatever industry it is, learn something that people need and sell it to them or provide it to them. Learn the service in that industry and provide it. So
Hey
whether
man, I
it
learned that
is
early
graphic
on.
designing, videography, something,
I learned that
something.
early on, man. That's what I had to
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
too, man. I got into, this whole thing with AcapellicTV. I got into graphic designing. I got into videography. I got into a lot of shit, directing and all these other things, And when I was doing my thing, I was, selling my services, the things that I was doing for myself, because this shit This shit is expensive when you're doing this for yourself. You hiring a videographer for a music video, it costs you like about almost 500, 1,000 and up. It's a lot
hmm
of money that you yourself as an upcoming artist, you don't have that money. So like how you come up with that money, you have to find a way. So the only way you could do
Gotta
it is
find a
by
way.
hustling. Yeah.
Gotta find a
It's
way.
easier to be with get your boy or pay someone who doesn't know, and probably pay him like, minimum wage or whatever the case may be, and get that thing done that way instead of you paying someone who you're gonna pay a lot of money to, because there's always ways to get someone who's upcoming or someone who's just trying to find something to do. Like I've
Yeah,
done, I
yeah,
found people who wanted to do something that wanted to hustle, and I'm not saying I was the best at videography or anything like that, but I had an idea too from watching music videos all my life and watching these rappers and rock music and all these other people type of genres that told stories, because that's what I'm about. I'm a type of person that likes to tell stories. So I made sure that I learned how to tell those stories that they were telling, so I could tell it in my music and I could tell it for other artists' musics. Other artists' tracks. You know what I mean? For their videos,
I
not just
totally
mine.
know what you mean. And I feel like you really can't tell a story if you don't have a story to tell though.
Yeah,
So like and story come from being out there, and putting in the work and getting trial and error, and then you got something to talk about. You know
yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, like when
Yeah.
you're producing too, you have to listen to everything sonically. You know what I mean? Everything has to make sense. Like you have to make sure that the person who's listening to the song feels that. Whether it'll be if the person's talking about love, like you got to make sure that that's felt. If they're talking about, somebody talk about killing or robbing each other, they have to feel that
Yeah.
aggression. You're the
Yeah.
one behind it. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna come back
Yeah.
and look
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
you, and if you do a good job, they're gonna be, like, fuck, who produced that shit?
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it all
Mm-hmm.
comes down to the guy behind everything. Yeah, the artist may be the one rapping it and making the song, but it all comes down to the producer. Because if you don't have a good producer, someone who's mixing this shit right and producing this shit right, then it's not gonna come up. It's not gonna become anything special. It's just gonna be another
Yeah.
song that's released out there to
It's
the public.
definitely one of those like skills or whatever or professions or whatever that, like, in my opinion, it keeps you at the center of things.
Yeah,
Keeps you at the center of things. You're like the go-to person.
yeah, because
And then like like on some on a professional tip, man, and like on a hustle street tip, like you want to be that like the person that people hit up for what they need. Like, all
well,
right, he got that. He got this
yeah,
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go see
yeah.
him. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, like whatever it is that you're doing, like,
It feels good. That's right, man. It feels good
yeah,
to be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
be
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It's like they said, like Kanye said, I don't bring nothing to the table because I am the table. It's a good feeling, man.
Ooh,
you know, it's a good
ooh.
feeling.
Kanye said that one.
Yeah, on the track with the game Easy. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I don't bring nothing to the table. I am the table. I haven't heard that yet, bro. And that shit is
Yeah,
fire. That
that
shit
shit's
is
fire,
fire.
bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
Yeah,
sense, man.
word.
It makes
Yeah, yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because everybody's always trying to come up to tell, like I myself, like I'm Mexican, so for
Mm-hmm.
me at that time, it was hard because they don't, not for nothing, but hip hop don't accept people like myself at that time. Now how they accept
Oh,
people like
okay.
myself now into the culture,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
nobody was trying to teach me or probably guide me or this and that. So I had to learn everything myself, whether it be on Google, whether it be on YouTube, whatever. I had to do what I had to do. I had to learn how to
yeah.
produce, how to write this and that. And it's not even just for me, it's for any artist out there who's trying to hustle. If they don't see the numbers, they ain't going to support you. So you got to believe in yourself. You got to support yourself. There's no such thing as excuses. If you really want it, then you got to go get it. Now, if you fail, you fail. Fuck it. You say, fuck it, I did it. At least when I get old, when I become 50, 40, I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to be a hating ass old man hating on the young you because I never did it. I mean, I never went out there and tried to do it. You know, instead it's going to be different because I went out there and I did it, and I know a couple of things to be like, okay, look, this is where I fucked up. This how you could do this, and that, and it's better if you find someone a mentor. You know, regardless of how. Sometimes when you're young, you know, you're stubborn, so you don't want nobody coming to your business and tell you how to do things. But we need that. You know, it's necessary because it's not about what you have; it's about who you know, and that's the reality of this business or anywhere you go. You know.
Yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. And like I've applied that, and I'm trying to like grow out of certain habits and become more hungry for things that feed my knowledge. So like when people talk, I listen. When people talk, I listen. And like and I feel like when you know what you know, like you're not so like quick to like shut off what people got to say. Like, give people a chance, because you always find something useful out of something, and because I know what I'm building, I'm trying to take every little thing that anybody could offer and put it into what I got going on, you know. So like I get it. I get it.
Yeah, man. It's like they say, like you may listen to everything everyone says, just take in whatever works for you, because
Yeah,
not
yeah,
everything is for
exactly.
everyone.
Yeah. You take in what works for you, and let people share their piece too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know everything.
Yeah,
Everybody's not on. Everybody don't know everything. And I feel like ain't no one person more than somebody else
of course.
to tell someone what's not. You know what I'm saying? We all learning. We all like trying to figure it out together.
Yeah, man, and it's hard when you're the first one starting off because you got to learn from failing. Others are learning from you failing, which is kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
ironic how things work in life.
Yeah, it's all
But
good
if you're
though.
able to share, yeah, if you're able to share that knowledge with someone who's upcoming, like why not? I'd be a hating ass. Dude be like, oh,
Mhm.
like, yo, you be like, yo, you be like, yo, I'm dealing with this. Like, how can I do this? I'd be a sucker to say, yo, man, like, I did that too, or I've been through that too. So you might want to look at this and that, or I went through this. I tell you my life experience, then you can say something from that and call on from there, because I can't tell you
Yeah,
myself,
yeah.
do it like this, because that's not how life works. Because we all have different journeys and different paths in life, and we think differently, and that's the beauty of it too.
Yeah, man. And on that part, like I've heard like uh more established business folks say like being selfish with information and selfish with your experience, that's not the most lucrative thing, because when you could provide something that enhances somebody's way of thinking or enhances somebody's life, you know you got folks that don't like return favors or anything like that, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But like when you put that in somebody's brain and somebody's heart, and they go off and then they go and build their life off of what you gave them, they're gonna think about you. Like they're gonna think about you, and that's like valuable. That's like valuable like money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. And also you
Yeah,
get to sleep
yeah,
at night, with your conscience clean. You sleep at peace
yeah.
instead of you be like, damn, like this and that. Because as we get older, all that comes to bite us in the ass because we just constantly are growing and we start thinking like, oh man, I really fucked up with this situation and that situation. I could have helped this person because I just said, like today we're up here, but then tomorrow we could be down here, and that person could be up here tomorrow. And while we're here, they're not going to help us. Why? Because we
Yeah,
did the
yeah. They're gonna
same
be like,
thing,
"F you, man." Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. I remember I asked you a question and you dubbed me. Nah. Yeah,
Yeah,
word. Yeah, I
that's
know,
how it
man.
is, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like I've seen a lot of shit, and I'm only 27. I see a lot of shit, so I'm like, you know what? It's kind of funny how life works. You know what I mean? I'm glad at least from my perspective, from what I remember, I never did anything like that. Hopefully, if somebody did do something like that, then I apologize and let me know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I tried to help as much people as I could, from what I knew, because I didn't know as much as I know now. But whatever I did know, I try to give some gems out there. But I'm too young to even know what the hell I'm doing. To be honest with you, times I'm like, what the
Yeah,
hell am I
yeah,
doing? you know.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man. So I'm glad to see you, man. Now with your producing thing going on, and I saw that you're actually making beats because I saw on your YouTube channel that you're actually started. Well, you become a beat maker now too.
Yeah, I've been making beats for like I feel like a good 5 years now. But like I would say in the last couple, I felt like, you know, my sound got to a point where I could really start putting it out there and try to get some artists. And it's been an amazing thing. Like I feel like I'm like blossoming, like my career is starting to like blossom in a way right now, because I just dropped, well, it should be dropping in about a week, album that I co-produced for an artist called Lucky Ty Foreign. He's from Queens. And I think I made like, it's an 18-track album, and I think I produced like 9 of the beats on there, and I engineered the whole thing. So
But
that's
this
like
is
a
your
huge
album or
step.
the other artist
It's the
album?
other artist album. Yeah, it's the artist
Oh,
album.
oh, nice. Let me check
Yeah,
that
so
out,
I'm
man.
going really hard with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God
bro.
damn. Are you releasing any new album?
Yeah, and I got one on the way too. I got a lot of projects on the way. Like I'm producing like at least like 5 artists right now, that I'm producing, where like they dropping projects, and like I done like made the beats and all that, and I done did the mixing and engineering, and I got one of my own tucked away, waiting to load up in a minute. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what, man? These producers like yourself who do this, post beats on YouTube, and then people come and buy licenses. Do you know that they make a lot of money in 1 year because it's not about is looking for beats? And I see that you're using the whole tagline how they use. You know, I'm not saying that you're copying, but you know,
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
system
yeah,
to this.
yeah.
You know, it's a system to this. You know, you're making beats
Absolutely,
that sound like
absolutely.
Pop Smoke, beats
Hmm.
that sound like probably Lil Wayne and stuff like that. So you're doing things like
Yeah,
this too.
man. And I'm glad you noticed that. Yo, real quick, man. Yo, you mind if I smoke?
Go ahead, man. I'm
All right,
kidding.
yo. So, uh, I'm glad you noticed that, because like I said, I've been producing for like about 5 years, and like, you know, all my beats has just been sitting on my computer. And you know, like I've used like BeatStars, you know, or Airbit. Those are like marketplaces where you can sell the beats on there. And it hasn't really been working for me. I might have sold my first beat lease like a few months ago, and like I started asking myself, okay, like what is it that I'm doing that's not like, um because it's producers that's making a lot of money from doing this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, my stuff kind of sounds just like this. What's the issue? So I kind of started doing a little research, and it's the way that they're presenting it to the customers. You know, it's the way that it's being presented to the customers, and the customers they have a way that they go about finding the stuff. You know, look, I must have recorded like a good 10 artists this week right here in my studio, and every single artist, I kid you not, every single artist that came in here, they came with a no, they didn't even come with the YouTube beat. Like they told me to go and get the beat off YouTube for them. And everyone is searching like a Shawnee. This is what they're searching right now, and I'm not capping.
No,
Shawnee
I
Bin
know.
Laden or K Flock type beat. And I can only say this because this is what people come to my studio and they have me type in the YouTube, bro. So it's like, okay, you guys aren't like connecting with the actual producer, and they're not going to the the marketplace. They're going through YouTube and then searching in type beats. That's how they're doing it, you know.
Yeah, I could have
So it's
said
like,
this a long time
okay,
ago, man.
yeah, huh? What'd you say?
I could have told you this a long time ago, bro.
Oh
You
yeah,
want to
yeah, I
sell
know.
this,
See,
I
it
think
was,
YouTube is a spy, bro.
yo, yeah, and I always knew about it, but my thing was like I be trying to I like try to do my own thing sometimes before like I follow what everybody else is doing. But
Mm.
now I'm kind of like in the mode of, yo, just get the cash flow, just put all the necessary inputs in so that I'm at where I need to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to just go with the crowd. You know, sometimes you
Mm.
need to just because if that's the system, it's the system that people are following right now. So if I'm over here and I'm doing my own thing, and 98% of people are following this system, it's not gonna work for me. So like I gotta integrate. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Yeah, no, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Uh,
You know, it's like, for example, right? If you have no follow or anything like that, right? And a record label comes in, wants to sign you. I mean, I'm not saying give your catalog, but it would be nice to at least be on the label so they get to know you and then leave the label once you
mhm.
get the people that you need. Because sometimes we need that machine in order to succeed, you know? And that's what
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't realize. I mean, you're not losing anything by you posting yourself on YouTube and doing and following the same the same format. You know, it's still
Right,
you, it's
right,
still your
right,
beats.
right.
It's just that
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds like this artist beats, so you just put the tagline, but you know, it's your own unique thing. You know,
Right, 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 right. Yeah,
you're not
exactly,
losing
exactly.
anything. It's not like you're doing
Yeah,
something
no.
that isn't you. It's you because you made
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You
And
know,
that's kind of how I felt before though. Like I kind of felt like, it's not really me because I'm following other people's system, but I actually like I read a book, man, like a book that about like how to gain more traffic as a producer, and it talked heavily about this topic about just following the system that that's out there, you know, and sometimes you just got to do that. You just got to do that.
yeah. And then once you got a little bit of following, got your thing
Yeah,
going on, then fully go, full blown, do your own thing. You know,
yeah,
let them
yeah,
know who
yeah,
you
yeah,
are, what you do, your own sound. Which they're never gonna really find that as a producer unless they come into you and they say, "Yo, let's create a new sound." You know, because whatever you put on YouTube is whatever you made. It's for the general. But if somebody was to come to you, which I saw you doing now, I saw you doing your own conscious smart thing you're doing. You know, if they can't really pay up front, then you take a
oh
little bit of
yeah, yeah. Can I can
revenue.
I talk a little? Can I talk a little more about that?
I think that's over here, man.
'Cause-
I was gonna ask you. Go ahead.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like that's a really cool thing that I came up with. It's nothing new, but not too many people I feel like in our network are really on it like that.
And publicly announcing it.
Yeah, yeah, man. So I've been all right. I've noticed that producers, all right, yeah, you got your producers that are making their money, but like in the production game, there's a lot of unpaid revenue going towards the producers. Like they're not getting,
Mm,
and it's because rappers aren't like totally like educated in that aspect. Like a lot of artists that I meet still don't understand what a leasing and exclusive is,
yeah.
and I'm not hating on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all a learning process.
Not true,
But
because sometimes they can't afford it, so
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
understandable.
I'm even as a producer myself, I'm still like gaining a grasp on what that means,
Yeah.
but like, so, I realize it as it's an issue for both the artists and the producers. It's an issue for the artists because they don't really have the setup for it, and also the producers because they're not getting their fair share, I believe,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're not getting their fair share. So I'm like, you know what? Let me maybe I could put together like a written agreement between me and certain artists to where like um people break rules all day, like they don't got to follow nothing, but like I feel like
Yeah.
at least I have a agreement to where like we can go back to this date and say, okay, uh I gave you X amount of beats to use, and I'm owed this X amount. You know, people can still front and not give you nothing, but
Yeah.
at least you put the word there. And then if the word is there, and when we continue to do business, then the ground is laid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Just make sure that this is going through a lawyer, that the lawyer checking out that, checking that this is valid, because if these punches aren't valid through the court of law, then sometimes it might be thrown to the trash. So you want to make sure that you do that too.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like I don't I really right now I don't have time or money for a lawyer, but
Yeah.
I've dealt enough. I've dealt enough with this, and I've had contracts that I've signed myself ran
Mm.
through lawyers, so I have my own understanding. You know what I'm saying? And I know at the end of the day, like as long as there's a written agreement that two parties understand, that's the least you can do.
Yeah. I know
You know
what
what I'm
you mean, because
saying?
I did the same thing that you're
Yeah,
doing right now.
it's like the least you can do. A
Yeah.
written agreement. Like that's like the basics. That's the basics of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
Like
man,
like
that's loan cash. That's
like
cash
I
flow
said
right there.
this, and you said yes, and we both wrote
Yeah.
it down. Like you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I know what you mean. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
cash
yeah,
flow, bro.
yeah,
Because you could be, let's say one of those songs pops off, set. You'll be receiving your money every month, every
yeah,
year, whatever it is that you guys come to an agreement.
yeah. And furthermore, I'm the majority of the artists that I'm giving production deals. All right, this is how I'm doing things too, because like I have my own record label, like called Drop It Low Records. I started it last year, and
Okay.
and yeah, and in anticipation for like this type of leg of work that I'm getting into now, like producing records for artists, and I'm basically And not only am I producing the record, but I'm publishing it. Like I'm releasing it through my record label. So I have my eyes completely on all the revenue also. You know what I'm saying? So I have the splits, you know what I'm saying, through the DistroKid. I'm doing the splits myself, you know what I'm saying? So like I yeah, you know, I'm as on some artistical shit, you know, and on the music tip, it's all trust in art. It's all built on trust in art. But at the same time, like I still want to kind of have something on the back end that's like, you know, where we have things written down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's everything's still built on trust. Everything's still built on trust and love. Like, you know, you kind of get what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say?
yeah,
Because you know, you get in the studio, music is built off of fun and art. You know what I'm saying? It's off of fun, vibes, and energy. You know what I'm saying? And then we put it out. But you know, just to make sure that like we all get what we deserve. Like I'm trying to put those things in line. I'm trying to.
no, that's it too.
You know what I'm
As a
saying?
record label, you have to make sure that you get what you deserve, you know. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
comes
yeah.
with probably catalog or beats and this studio time and all these other things, you know, that a record label is. You know, it
Yeah.
depends what kind of record label you're also running, because sometimes they
Yo,
ask for 360, or sometimes it's like independent deals. You know, it all depends what you're doing.
yeah. And this type of story is really nothing new to the community, because we hear
Of course,
stories all the time where people are owed money for decades, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not I already know, like, you know, written agreements, they still only go bust so far, because if somebody ain't
yeah,
gonna pay you, they ain't gonna pay you. We'll look like Lil Wayne and Birdman. Like, you know what I'm
yeah. I was
saying?
gonna bring that up. Yeah, that's crazy,
So
bro.
that's why I'm saying it's all trust and love at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? Like I know if I
Yeah.
provide something and I provide that trust with artists, they're gonna trust me and they're gonna trust them, and then everything might work out in the
Hey
end.
man, I mean they're lucky, bro, because like you yourself, I'm guessing you made it because you probably would have wanted someone to do that for you, you know. I mean, even if they had to take, you know, some percentage, but it's understandable because they're providing you with beats and studio time, which other people won't do, you know what I mean? But you're providing that,
Yeah,
and you're just taking a little bit of a commission, which is well deserved. If you're giving an
exactly.
artist studio time and a beat, then I guess the least they could do is give you a percentage of that catalog, you know, of that song
Yeah,
in
man.
particular. You know what I mean? But
I'm glad
some
you
artists
brought
don't
that
see
up.
that because
I'm
everybody wants to
glad you brought
own
that up.
everything. But how can you own something? I mean, how can you own everything if you don't even have you don't have the money, the sources to make this happen? You know, sometimes you got to give
Right.
a little bit of what you got to make to have something bigger. You know, you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to have an open mind. Can't be
Yeah,
closed-minded all the
I'm
time.
glad you brought that up, man, because I forgot to mention that part. That's a very important logical mathematical aspect of the thing,
Mhm.
because it's like, all right, what studio time costs about, you know, $50 to $100 an hour. Usually beats cost
More.
about $40. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then if you're getting all these things for free, you know, the truth of the matter is, the things that this resources that you're using for free requires money to provide them. You know, so like, you know, if you want, that's how businesses go out of business.
Yeah, just
So
an
if you want
exclusive
the
beat. One exclusive beat could cost you for 500 to probably $5,000.
Yeah, so I try to explain that to the artists, you know, like, okay, because when you start putting contracts in front of people, people start feeling weird and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
So I explained to them that like it's really just a way to ensure that you keep receiving what it is you're being
yeah,
provided for free. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, you want to be able to come to a studio where you can rap your heart out and express yourself, you know, like no holds bar. You know what I'm saying? Then the revenue got to come from somewhere.
yeah. And
It's
if you
got to
don't
come from
like the
somewhere.
idea, then just pay
And
up,
then
you know?
that part, even that part, yo, like I mentioned a little earlier, like everyone's not that educated, like that educated in like certain aspects, man.
But that's the
No hate
problem.
towards none of that. No hate towards none of that. But like I understand that I have to sometimes take a little bit of extra time to further explain
Of course,
how things work to people, you know, which is okay, because that's also what we're here for, to help everybody grow. You
of
know what I'm
course.
saying? Like some people aren't thinking about that. They're not thinking like, oh shit, like, you know, the electricity that's powering this microphone that I'm using for free might
Because
go
you're just
off
going to be an
tomorrow.
artist, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's cool. It's cool. Like, you know, it's cool. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I fucks with all of
Because look at it like
it.
this, right? Like I dropped out of high school first year, you know?
Yeah.
But I always was, you know, I was number one, the number one. class student. I mean, the student in the class. I don't even know how to word shit. You know what I mean? But I knew how to read. I knew what I wanted to do when I dropped out of high school. The rap shit is what I wanted to do. So what I had to do, I had to learn how to run a record label, how to do this, how to do that, contracts, what's what, percentages, everything. I had to learn how to. If I didn't even learn, I didn't even know how to fully learn how to read. I didn't know how to fully learn how. I didn't know how to fully read, but I had to learn how to read, how to talk proper because there's certain people that you have to talk to. Sometimes you talk to them the way you know how to talk, but if I was raised, I'm not saying I was born in the streets or anything like that, but
Right,
I was
right, right,
born in
right.
an environment where we talk like a certain way,
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
had to
yeah,
learn how
yeah.
to talk their language. I had to learn
Right,
how to
right,
talk my people's language. I had to learn how to
right.
talk everybody's
And
language.
then you gotta find that medium.
Yes. And then
Yeah,
sometimes it's a little bit confusing because then you go from
yeah.
one side to the other side, but you
Yo,
also had to learn
oh
how to.
man, bro, I deal with that so much right now because yo, the artists that I be recording, they straight street, bro. They real, it's real. And anybody will tell you, man, like when I'm dealing with artists, I be like, look, when I know what I'm about to say is about to sound really annoying, but it's for you guys' own good. And then I start giving them the whole science. Like, yo,
Yeah.
this is how this gotta be done, and this gotta be done like this. And they be looking at me like,
Yeah, because they don't look at the big picture, they don't look at what you see. And the thing is that you cannot just come in the game and just expect everything to work. You have to learn everything because then that's why you always are complaining afterwards. Oh,
yeah,
like I got stuck in this deal. I mean, I'm tired of blaming the record labels. Let's start blaming ourselves as artists for not doing the homework and not really reading the contracts and really doing the homework on the things that we're signing, really doing the homework on the things that we're doing. Because if I was to open up a business today, I'm gonna learn everything about that business, everything about that, the whole, whether it be the entertainment business, whether it be whatever it is, real estate, whatever it is. You have to learn it, thick and through before you do it. Because if you just go ahead and do it and then you want to learn it, then of course you're gonna fucking fail. But if you learn it from, thick and thin, from in it, from the inside, from the outside, and while you're in there, then you're gonna be straight. But if you don't, then you're gonna be fucked. You can't blame anybody but yourself for just going ahead and say, I'm gonna do this and I know what the hell you're doing and what you're getting yourself into.
yeah, man. Yeah,
You
that
gotta
and
stop
that takes
blaming
like a
everyone.
lot of honing and sharpening of like your patience, man, and yeah, a lot of patience.
And dealing
Um,
with people, hardest
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
and and it's sad, man. Some people are gonna get under your skin and you just gotta learn to, shrug it off and keep moving, because at the end of the day, you don't got time to be dealing with those people and to be thinking about, damn, that person really fucked up my situation, this and that. No, you got to keep
yeah. That
moving
takes away
because,
time from you getting to the next thing, and
yeah,
that's a mental thing. That's a
yeah,
mental thing that I battle with all the time. Like where I find myself giving something my attention, and then I'm like, snap out of it. Get
yeah.
back to this. Get back to this. That's a
But I know you're
mental thing.
definitely gonna go somewhere, bro. Because I mean, not for nothing. I'm not saying that you not sleeping is a good thing, but I see
Yeah.
you're hungry. I see that same thing that I see in a lot of
Hungry.
people. You're hungry, bro. You're not sleeping, but you're not doing it to the point where you're doing it to hurt yourself. You're doing it to
Yeah.
get to the next level, to
Yeah.
succeed. And I'm
Yeah.
seeing that because I see a lot of artists come and hit you up. You're doing the studio thing. You're doing the haircut.
Yeah. Like I said,
You're
it's
doing the
blossoming. It's
contracts.
starting to blossom. Like that shit working.
I'm seeing it. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's fucking awesome. I was like, oh shit, how the fuck did he go from just, when you're telling me the clothing line and the barbershop to now you're doing producing, you got your own studio, which a lot of
Yeah.
artists don't have. They may have like probably just a microphone and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
computer and whatnot, to record.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole thing, for
Yeah.
people to
Yeah. Yeah.
come through and record and actually, and now you have contracts too, where you're benefiting off of recording for people who don't have the money or the
Yeah.
resources to actually
It's
make
the
this happen.
business. It's the business
You know.
aspect of it. It's the
Now you have
business
beats as
aspect of it.
well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And
And
I,
last
I
year, let alone. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that like I'm really emulating. I'm emulating what I see works for people that are in the position I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I learned from people in the position I want to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I see that like the ones who are very solidified and have a good income and strong fan base, they got certain things set up. And it's not just about the art. It's like they got certain things set up. Yeah.
yeah, man. And when you get, you make it to that point where you want to get to, you don't. don't start spending it on cars and all this shit, man. Start spending it, and reinvesting it. I know, man.
Yeah,
I've been there too, man. Where you get a little bit of money and you want to buy this and that, and I get it, but try to invest it in, real estate or another business or whatever, something that's going to be cash flow where you could just sit back, fucking retire for life and be like, once you're stealing money, you don't have to do this shit no more. Or you could just fucking do music if that's all you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. You could just sit back, you
big,
go wherever you want to go, and you'll be
yeah,
relaxed,
man.
because the money's coming in and you're not doing
Yeah,
nothing.
big, big facts, big facts.
That's true, man.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes when we're young, we want to get the cars and clothes because we want the bitches, or just because we never had it growing up, And we seen our favorite artists have it, like Wayne and 50 Cent, all these guys. But if you really want to have that life for life, you might as well just reinvest that into something that's gonna give you cash flow, and then you get
Yeah,
to live that life all you want.
yeah, bro.
You could buy a thousand cars.
One of my strong mottos that I live by every single day is spend money on something that makes money.
Yeah,
Spend money on something that makes money. Like I just came back from Guitar Center. Like I just bought more acoustic panels. And why did I buy more acoustic panels? Because having quality vocal recordings is going to bring me more money. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. Now,
So
one
like,
thing I want to ask you, right? Because you had the studio, but I did see on one of your stories that you said that you only know how to record for trappers. Now, do you know how to record like for everyone or just trappers? Like when it comes to trap
oh,
music or something like that.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like R&B, like I mentioned a few moments ago, I got a few different artists that I'm releasing, and one of the artists that I'm working on right now is like a R&B experimental type of artist
Mhm.
where I produced and recorded everything. So I got my hands in I'm trying to have my hands in a lot of different things.
Shit,
You
you
know,
got to
yeah,
hit me up
yeah.
with that, because I want to see like what you got going on there. You know what I mean? There
Oh, I
might be
can't
a
wait to
cool
put that out.
way to
I can't
expand.
wait because like I understand marketing and I understand having my hands in different markets, and trap and hip hop and drill is just one market. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
might, if I put out this R&B experimental thing, like that's a whole nother thing where it's different type of characters that enjoy listening to that, you know?
of course.
So I understand it. I understand it. Now, personally though, like I don't know if this makes any sense, but like my heart ticks like trap music, bro. Like, like that's my
I
soul.
realize.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my
Yeah,
soul. Like it's not something that I'm like following the trend. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
like what I hear in my head, that's how I hear it. You see what I'm
I mean,
saying?
you've been doing this for years, from
Yeah, yeah,
ever since
yeah.
I had you on Acapellic TV till now. It's always been trap, 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 trap. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
time you
yeah,
do some
yeah.
R&B with F and F tats, which is kind of dope. I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
fuck
yeah, that's my
like the new
guy.
track, like the new
Yeah, that's
track.
my guy,
What's
bro.
it called? Drip Night. That shit is dope, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man.
The one
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
like is
yeah.
Plan. What's it called again? Stay to the Plan.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, that's my
Thanks,
favorite.
man.
That's from the new album, right? The
Yeah, yeah,
latest
yeah,
album.
yeah, 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 yeah. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give a positive message. Like I'm trying to put a positive message in the pain, you know. But yo, you can't on from like as far as like making music goes and like making trap and making hip hop, you really can't like comprise melodies. Well, unless you're using like samples and stuff, you really can't put together
Yeah,
melodies unless
but even then, you
anybody
have to
who
get them
really
clear.
knows, yeah, anybody who really knows music, like what music is, they know that hip hop is a like a it's like a 4 beat loop of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
only like a portion of what the whole thing could be. Like if you ever like heard like a classical song, like classical songs be like 30 minutes long sometimes, you know, and hip hop is really just like a 4 bar loop of what the whole spectrum could possibly be. You know what
it's
I'm
always
saying?
been
So
like
that's
that.
what, yeah, huh?
It's always been like that. Going
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
dating
yeah.
back to King Herb. I mean, DJ Cool Herb.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So learning music production, one of the things that in the producer community is that like if you want to know how to like write better beat melodies, you kind of got to learn the full spectrum of music, because hip hop is just like it's like a snippet. It's like a snippet of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing too.
yeah,
That artists don't understand. They want to battle rap on a beat. But no, if you're making a song that you know, there's a structure for that. You cannot just go in and just spit bars. If you want a battle rap, just go do battle rap, you know, because then
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
wondering
yeah.
why this shit not popping off if I'm going hard with bars. But the thing is that, you know, even Jay-Z said that, you know. I studied everyone like yourself, you know, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Wayne. I studied everything they say, and then I just use for work for me, you know. And I said, oh,
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
this, I'm doing that, you know. But Jay-Z said he used to do it like almost like Eminem, rap fast and do a lot of bars. But then he noticed, you know, he noticed it wasn't working for him. He needed something better. So he started structuring everything. He started saying everything he wanted to say, but with less bars, you know, and still being able to
Right,
touch and get through the people. And if you notice,
right,
he
right,
doesn't
right.
really say a lot on his songs, you know, and I
Mm-hmm,
use that metaphor in my music too. You know, I say way less, but I still say everything I want to say it to make sure
mm.
that the person can understand.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
damn,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
you
get that.
know?
I get that. I get
I
that.
was like, damn.
I get that.
And then that's good too, because then that allows you to make 5 songs instead of just having that one song with a bunch of things that you could probably break down into 5 songs, you know?
Yep. Yep.
I was
That's a
like,
whole
damn.
fact, man. That's a whole fact. And there's a lot of aspects towards why that fact is true, you know. But
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah, absolutely what you're saying. Yeah. On a
See?
producer tip, like, you know, as far as like the science behind the music and having all the instruments like where they need to be so that the ear can like, you know, like mathematically or like, you know, humanly, you know, interpret the things that is, you know, that is taken in, you know. So like that has to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to fit in too much information into one bar, you know.
Yeah.
So like, and then you think as the person writing it and as the person producing it, oh, I gotta say everything. I gotta say, oh, I gotta put all these words in there, and I gotta put all the effects in there. And then it's like, nah, like sometimes the simple, clean approach where it's
Yeah.
straightforward, you know, that's what people register. That's what registers.
Hey man, like I see some producers, right? They make beats, right? And I'm not saying that what they're doing is bad or not. You know, I'm just saying like they put too much into one beat to the point where it's all over the damn place. Like too much is going on in one beat to the point where you're like, okay, like this is too much for me, you know? Because I have things to say. It's a story, but then if you put too much on your beat, because the beat itself is a story, you know, like I can hear an instrumental right now, because that's how I hear the instrumental and I'm thinking that tell like the instrumental is a story itself. So then I just had to put my story onto the beat because I'm not the type of person to sit there myself as my writing process is like this, right? I don't sit there and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna write today. You know, I hear the beat and I'm like, oh shit, this makes me think of this time and this day, or this reminds me of this time or this day, or this is how I'm feeling right now, and I put it onto the instrumental. You know, I'm not there sitting like, oh, that's what I'm gonna write. You know, that's not me. I want it to be all
Mm-hmm.
natural to the point where if the person hears it, I want them to feel that pain. I want to feel that love, or feel whatever it is that I'm feeling, or whatever it is that I'm trying to portray. You know, but if the beat is already telling a story, then how the hell can I put my story on something where it belongs? You know, because that the beat doesn't need a story; it's a story itself. I could just listen to that shit and be like, oh, this shit is dope. You know, it's like if I was listening to techno, why the hell would I rap on a techno beat? I myself, why would I rap on a techno beat? In techno beats, usually they just fucking say three, four, 5 words and then that's it, and they just keep going. You know, there's too much already going on in the beat. You can't really. Well, I myself, I can't register my brain to say anything on a beat like that. You know, it's too
Yeah,
much for
yeah.
me. It's too much
Nah,
going
yeah, I
on.
get
I'm
what you're
like, nah.
saying.
And I say here, your beats, you
Facts,
know, you
bro.
give time and places, you know, for the artist to come in and put a verse, to lay a verse, to lay a chorus, lay a hook, lay a loop, you know, whatever it is that the artist may feel like doing, you know. You give that
Facts,
space
bro.
and time for everything. You know, it's a structure. It's just like a song. You're structuring the beat for the artist to come in and deliver. But if you're not doing it for the
Yeah.
artist, they don't know when to come in and when to go out.
Yeah, some producers make beats to make beats, and then others make beats for artists to rap on. You know what I'm
And
saying? And
some
then
and some
you can tell,
uh-huh.
you can tell. Yeah,
But then
then you
some
can tell.
producers don't know how to structure, you know. That's where
Yeah,
they need somebody to come in and
yeah,
tell them, hey man, you're doing too much. You
yeah, bro.
gotta
Yo, like for I have a friend who is a producer, and like now he's just a producer. Now, like I'm a rapper and a producer, so
mm,
like when he doesn't have this problem now because I helped him out with it, but like when he used to first come to me with his beats,
mm,
I'll be like, yo, these shits are dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't really, as the rapper, I can't really tell where my verse comes in or like where the
yeah.
hook comes in. You know what I'm saying, bro? So you kind of got to like rearrange it a little bit so that the rapper knows how to rap on it. And I might know that a little more because I'm a rapper, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I know what I'm looking for. Like, I'm looking for certain drops. Like, I'm looking for certain
yeah,
drops. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it dropped right here. So now it's time for me to go in. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated for whoever doesn't know, but if you know
Yeah,
it, you
yeah, yeah,
understand,
yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's a complicated language to understand. You
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
something you
yeah,
just know,
yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's just crazy. But I really talk about your business, thing that you got with the whole business thing. But if there's anything else you want to talk about the business before I go into your music,
Um, yeah, well, all right, well, just like kind of reiterate, I have a private hair and audio studio located in Queens, and that's where I'm at right now. I put it together out of my apartment, and I'm using it to produce and record artists, and as well as produce and record myself. And the reason why for everything is because I want to earn a revenue in this industry, and I also want to share the love. Like, I want to grow, and I want people to grow. I want to grow with people. And like, one of the producers that I really look up to, always looked up to, and I feel like he's played a huge part in the growth of the hip hop community, is Dr. Dre. And one of the stories that I hear about how him and certain artists came to be was through like the love and working together. You know what I'm saying? Like, night day in, night out. So like,
just like Kendrick.
yeah, man. So like, the hustle go along with it, but like the love and the work ethic, all that shit ties in together. You know,
Yeah.
connecting with people. We in the workshop together. We in the workshop sharing vibes in the workshop. You see what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, I'm happy, man,
Yeah.
that you're like this, bro. And that you think like this. Because no, trust me, man. I've met so many fucking people with a bunch of dickheads who don't love this. They're just in it for the money. But you love it
Yeah, yeah.
to the point where you're learning all this stuff and you're actually providing opportunities for everyone else if they want to
Mhm.
come in and they're serious about this shit. But
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
fucking local
yeah.
to Lorenzo, fucking comment on his videos and shit like that, and comment, don't do that shit. Fucking hit him out. Where are you mostly available on? Like IG or email? Where can they find you? Like if they want to do business
Um,
with you.
Instagram is the best way to find me. Instagram. I'll
Cool,
say
cool.
Instagram.
But
I also
don't
have
be
I have
wasting his time.
what you say?
No, I'm telling them to not waste his time. You see, because this artist
Oh,
who out there nowadays, man, they just be fucking commenting on your either post or whatever the hell you got going on, and they never follow through. You're like, oh yeah, hit me up then, yeah, if you're down. Like myself, they tell me, oh, when this, that, yo, can do the interview? Okay, cool. I'm like, hit my line. Oh, hit me, and they never do. I'm like, how the fuck you expect me to hit you up? Like, I got shit to do. I don't
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah,
time
yeah.
is not revolving around you. If you're really about
Yeah,
it, hit
yeah,
me up.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not the type
yeah.
of person to be like, okay, let's do it then, but it's gonna cost you this. No, if I fuck with you, I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, let's set it up. I'm not gonna be here like, oh yeah, it's gonna be 25, 30, whatever. From my perspective, I'm not doing what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
doing
yeah.
interviews. I'm doing this for the love of it. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
Like I told my cousin, like, man, I'm just doing this for the fun of it because I got time,
Yeah, yeah,
spare time
yeah,
on my
yeah.
hands. What the fuck now? Like I did back then. I was like, I'm just grinding right now. I'm just doing it for the love of it. And I'm seeing you do your things. People like yourself, I'm like, hey, man, there's not. Because see, the thing about artists is that they want interviews and all these other things, and they think it's gonna be for free. So you like me, if you want to get on radio, if you want promotion, if you want to be on a magazine, whatever it is that you want to do, nobody's gonna do it for the love. They're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it. They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
ask you for a fee. They're gonna ask you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
ask you
yeah.
to pay up, and that's the truth. Like as much as I would love if for someone to be like, hey man, we think you're dope and stuff like that. Like we're gonna get you on. We want to put you on here. That's not gonna ever happen. They might do that, but they're gonna be like, hey, it's gonna cost you this and this and that. I'm not doing that shit. I'm doing it for the love.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean? But don't be wasting people's time, man. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the main thing that I'm preaching out there right now is because people are wasting people's time. And you yourself, you're busy with all this and your business and stuff like this. People to come and waste your fucking time. And time is precious. And if you're wasting your time doing
yeah.
that, you're not gonna make
And
it far.
yo, let me just try to explain this aspect right here, because I it's an interesting aspect, because you think that when your time gets wasted, it's only affecting you, and I've learned through dealing with people that when you waste my time, you're wasting somebody else's time. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody because I provide a service to people, and like there's somebody who's waiting on me, for me to provide what they need. So now that
yeah,
you holding me up, you holding the next person up. So
yeah,
I have to care. I have to care enough about the next person. You know what I'm saying? About the next person that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only am I protecting myself, but I gotta protect everybody that I'm dealing with. You know,
Yeah.
so that everybody get what they need. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, people might think, yo, when you say don't waste my time, that you saying it like selfishly, like, you know, like it's all about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
Nah.
bro. Like, it's a
I
whole
mean, one thing
community of
is to
people here.
ask. One thing is to ask, like, how much is your service, or what, how do you do this? But another thing is to tell me, oh, let's do this, and then you never like you say, okay, let's do it. Like, let's say we were to set up the interview, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
yo, we're gonna do it this day, and then you never follow through, and I'm over here waiting, like you just wasting my day and my time. I could have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
doing
yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
could have
I
been.
totally understand, bro. That's exactly why I'm here. It's like, yo, when I believe when you show people the value of something, you
Yeah,
know, they're gonna respect it, and they're gonna show up. And then if they don't show up, they might come back around. They might come back
come on.
around more correct.
They
You know what
always
I'm
come
saying?
around.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
always come around, man. Finish
yeah,
this should happen 1,000 times, man. But I want
yeah,
to talk about
yeah,
your
yeah.
music because last year, let alone, you dropped three fucking projects, bro.
Yeah, I
Three
was going
albums.
ham.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
You dropped King Zo, The Coco, and King Zo 2. How
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you did that, bro?
shit. Well, to be really honest, like I crashed my whip last year.
Oh
So
shit.
like, yeah. So like usually I be running around and shit and like hustling and all that, but I crashed my V. So like I was like, damn, I can't really, I'm kind of stuck for a little while. So I decided to like just use that time to like just up my content, you know, and like I just felt like just going hard, like, you know, just
And
really
did you
just
have
go
the
in.
studio then, or did you just make it this year?
I had it. It might not have been as like, like put together, you know what I'm saying? But like I had the basic stuff. I had basic things of what I needed. And I just wanted to go in. I just wanted to just really go in.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Because see, a lot of people make excuses. They're like, I don't have the fan studio. I don't have this. You just go to whatever you had, and you
Oh,
made three fucking
oh,
albums, bro.
let me tell you where I got my inspiration from. I got my
Tell me, bro.
inspiration from 36 Mafia. That's kind
Oh
of that
shit.
has a lot to do with why I put out that many records last year, because I listened to I've been trying to figure out and for myself, what is it that certain artists like them, what did they do that has them where they're at now? You know, so 36 Mafia is one of those bands, it's one of those groups where like if you go back to their, like, you know, you dig through their discography, they have hundreds of records that like where what I was born in 92, and
Mm.
the year of 92, they probably had like, you know, I don't know, like 4 or 5 mixtapes out with like 30, you know, with 10, 20 records on each mixtape. And it's like, damn, you know, like, whoa, yeah, y'all was in the studio going hard before I even came out the womb. Like,
All
you
of them,
know,
bro. All of them, bro.
yeah. And you know, they was doing it during a time where I'm sure they didn't have the type of money that they had now. But what I noticed was they had super drive, super hustle, yeah, drive and hustle, and a strong love for the art, you know. So I'm just like, let me just emulate that. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and once it's out there, people have on their own time, they can go and find it, you know.
When I was coming up, man, when I was doing my thing, a lot of people told me this, right? And I heard from a lot of people too, talent isn't shit. Talent is nothing. It's about being consistent. You don't know how much truth there is to that, bro. See, you can have
Mm.
all the talent in the world, but if you don't have consistency to that drive to keep pushing yourself, to keep making songs, to keep at it at the studio, to keep at it, whatever it is you're doing, you're not gonna go nowhere,
Oh,
man.
that's a fact. Because you look at a lot of people that are at where they at now, and you might say this to yourself, man, this guy sucks. So it can't be talent.
Yeah, it's
It
like at the
can't be
time,
talent.
Soulja Boy
It can't
was,
be talent, man.
came out with a bunch of music and stuff like that. But nowadays, people be like, you know what? It wasn't really that good as it was back then, as I thought it was back then. It's just that the kid was grinding and pushing to
He was
everyone's ears to
grinding,
the point
man.
where people thought it was actually good, because he's grinding and he's still doing it. He's still doing it till day, and he's still like Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Probably is not my cup of tea. But it's
Yeah,
banging. Why?
yeah, yeah.
Because he's still making music. He's still putting it out there. You know, he's on Twitch and all these other things, putting it to people's ears. So if people are listening to it, people are seeing it, they're gonna vibe to it. But if people are not seeing you, Brian, if they're not hearing you, then how the fuck are they gonna keep fucking with you if you're not putting nothing out there for them to keep fucking with you? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And I realized that there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there for everything. You know, there's somebody out there who has. There's somebody who's interested in something. You know,
Yeah, man. And not just
somebody
that, man.
interested in something.
He has business ventures like the whole game, the whole console he got going on, and those sort of things. It's like he's not just sticking to music here. He's going to different categories in the business world. You know that shit's crazy. It's just
Mm,
like yourself. You know you got music and all these other things ventures going on. And that's fucking amazing how you managed still to drop. Well, the whole business thing I just seen you do it now. You taking it serious, but you still
yeah,
managed
yeah,
to
yeah.
drop those 3 albums. And at that time, I'm guessing you were already thinking, well, what can I do? And then you just made this shit happen in 2022. I mean, this year, because I did see you started doing this thing this year. So I'm guessing at some point last year, where you were releasing these things and you had time on your hands, you said, what can I do to, take this to the other level? And you did that shit while you were releasing music, and you were making numbers. Like I saw Coca, bro. That shit's banging, bro. And I saw you, boy,
Thanks,
you almost
man.
about hit like 75,000 plays on that, right?
Um,
Almost. You have 74, I think.
Coca, Coca got like 30,000.
30,000? You wasn't in some,
Yeah,
you said
yeah,
in some.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Coca got like 30,000.
Yo, but that shit hits, bro. I have this shit on the
Yeah,
playlist, bro. I'm like, oh, this shit banging, bro. I love that shit, bro. Besides, Stick to the Plan and Driven Night from the new album, which I would encourage everyone to go check out all of your albums because you have something for everyone. You have for the people who love drill, trap. You have a little bit of R&B in there with F and the Taz. Oh, you have music yourself as well. That you released in a couple years back. That people could be like, oh shit, right now the Valentine's Day is coming. Go to the freaking Lorenzo Breeze catalog and you'll find something there for Valentine's Day, to play for
yeah,
your
yeah,
lady or
yeah,
play
yeah,
with your lady.
yeah,
While you're wine and dining there with the candles lit.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
wine
yeah,
on the
yeah,
table, bro. Go to
yeah,
Lorenzo Breeze, man, and this shit is coming out on February 11th, so you have time. You have more than time to go out there and check out his catalog and go play something, right now with your lady. If you're hearing this, you'll be hearing this on Friday, so get your playlist ready with some Lorenzo Breeze, and get the night lit.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Once I realized, like, you know, I shoot, man, I like to look at everything from a real like scientific standpoint, bro. Like once I found that like I have a formula that works for me,
Yeah,
I see that I could replicate the same thing for the next person. So like I made a whole album where I engineered it and produced it for myself. So I say, okay, well, I can do that for the next person, you
yeah,
know, and earn some income and like, help somebody move along in what it is that they want to do, you know?
of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Most
yeah, yeah,
importantly, that you look at it like a business. You're not looking at it as an artist. I see your
yeah, yeah,
mindset,
yeah,
and you're looking at everything like a business now. Which is the right way to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
From what I've seen and what I've learned from other people, the entrepreneurs, business owners, people who've been in the game for long, you can't look at it, as an artist perspective. Because if you look at it as an artist perspective, you're never gonna go where you want to go and to another level. You have to look at it,
It's the
everything as a
truth.
business.
Like we
You
all
know?
see it. We all see
Yeah,
it. We're all looking at the same thing. That's the truth. Like people don't even gotta take your word for it. You just
yeah,
look at what's going on.
yeah.
It's the
It's the
truth,
truth.
bro.
I mean, it's the truth. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
yeah.
even look at how Little Dirk is moving. Little Dirk is moving smart. And
Mm-hmm,
that's the
mm-hmm.
reason why he's still, he got King Von, rest in peace, King Von, man, one of the realest artists of this generation, and that's the truth. He died, fortunately he was really about it to the point where he actually died, which is unfortunate, but these type of things
Lil
happen
Durk,
when you're living
you
by it,
know. Lil Bibby is another one of them.
Oh yeah, little
You know,
baby, yeah.
because did wait I said Lil Bibby.
Oh, little baby.
Yeah, man. I feel he don't get a lot of talk. People don't mention him too much. But he was one of the rappers rapping with G Herbo at a time, and the reason why I mentioned him is because a lot of people don't know that he's the rapper that signed and put Juice World on.
Oh shit.
You know, and Juice World got Diamond Records now, and at the time, Lil Bibby, you know, he was putting out a lot of those mixtapes that everybody was listening to, but I followed what he was doing. Like he took a step back from the music and put time into the business and signed one of the greatest artists of our generation right now. So that shit
Yeah.
is dope. Shit is dope.
I'm gonna have to look into it because I really don't
Yeah,
know nothing about it, man. Because I have been
yeah.
away from this whole thing for a couple years now. I think about
Yeah, well,
Juice WRLD about
you're
four or
not
five
really
years.
gonna know about him because like he fell from the scene. Like he stopped putting out mixtapes, you know,
Oh damn.
stop putting out mixtapes. And like I be doing my research. Like I like to like look at like how things came to be. Like, you know, how did this person get there? So I
Of
start going
course.
down the rabbit hole, you know, and then I said, oh shit, Lil Bibby created his own record label, signed Juice World, you know, and now Juice World is doing his thing. So it's kind of like, so I look at that like, wow, okay, like he stopped putting out mixtapes, but he still became super successful in the music business,
Yeah.
you know, through putting another artist out, you
Hmm.
know. So now you never know, like another few months from now, he might drop a mixtape. He might drop
Yeah.
his own mixtape, and
So
then
that's
you
what I was
know,
telling you earlier, man. Like you're probably doing this a producing thing. You be getting cash flow, and you reinvest it into real estate, whatever it is that you want to reinvest it into.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
don't have to release music like J. Cole and Kendrick. They only release music when they want to. It's not that they have to or they're just trying to stay relevant. No, you release music because you want to, because you love it, and then that's what people fuck with you more because they know that you're not just releasing to release just to stay popping, but you're releasing music because yes, I'm not saying that that's what
yeah,
you want to
yeah,
do, but just that just gives you allows you more time to make better hits because sometimes you create
yeah.
music day in day out, day in night out, and sometimes you don't have that mentality to go back and be like, oh then I could have fixed this and I could have fixed that because sometimes you don't have time for that. You have to just release stuff. And because you have it there, you don't, and not that you don't have time to revise it. Sometimes it's just that you just in that workspace that you're just creating songs left and right, left and right, left and right. So it's hard for you to go back and revise shit and look at this and look at that because you got so much fucking content sitting just there that you want to release to the
Mm-hmm.
public. So you're like, I could do that, but I got this one now and I got this one, and then you just never know which is gonna pop up. So you just gotta release it sometimes. And that's how it is sometimes.
I'm in a state of mind. I'm in a state of mind where you should be trusting your hands and trusting your judgment, you know, and also understanding that the knowledge and the learning comes through the trial and the error. So like
Mm.
you do your best, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay because that's how you learn. But
Yeah.
you also know that you're doing your best. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Of course.
So like, yeah. So it's like, all right, so it's still a learning process, but also I also know what I'm doing still. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But then
Yeah.
really know what you're doing though. Really
Yeah.
know what you're doing though. Like you
Yeah.
know, you talk it, but back it up with the science. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
a lot of artists, and this goes back to artists who've been in the game for a long time, right? They release it, they feel it in the gut. This is where I come from, right? They feel it in the gut, like this is the shit. But then years go by, and they're like, damn, well, you know what? Could have fixed that, could have fixed that. But I didn't. I really wasn't in a space, in a mental space where I could be like, damn, I could have done this and that because you got so much going on. You just going with your gut. You be like, damn, I'm dropping this, that. But you know that it's hot. You know that's what you wanted. But then years go by, you be like, damn, I could have probably done this or I could have done that. Because sometimes they do remixes or just like how Bobby Shmurda made what's it called what's it called High Nigga, right? He made that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He made
Mm-hmm.
that shit, which is actually originally belonged to what Lloyd Banks. you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
came through it and took that shit and went off with it. I'm not saying that he would have ever made a song like Bobby Shmurda, but sometimes somebody may come in that may do something better with what you had, and it just depends on who you are.
I see
Well,
what you're saying. I get what you're
actually,
saying.
no, I take that back because I think I said that wrong. I worded that wrong, man. I have to take that back because that's different because he made a whole completely different song. It's different to remix a song than to actually make a whole completely different song. But there's some remixes that are being made like, nowadays where they sound better than the originals. You know what I mean? I think that's a better way to look at it than saying, you know, with the Bobby Schmurda and the Lloyd Banks, because Bobby came in and just made a whole completely different song. He 360 that shit instead of just coming in and remixing it, or Lloyd Banks coming in and, and remaking it. You know, it'll be a different thing.
Yeah,
So
see, what
I
I've
could look at
learned,
it.
like, it's like in response to like what you're saying, because I get it. And like what I've been learning is that everything is interpretation. Everything is interpretation. So even if you get something to where you say, I think this is perfect, somebody
Mhm.
might look at it and say, no, or they can do something different with it. It's all
Yeah,
interpretation. So with that also being said, you know, don't be so hung up on like what you produce, because what you might hear, somebody might hear it differently. What you might
yeah,
think might not be rocking, somebody might think otherwise. You know,
yeah,
you might think, oh, this vocal sounds muddy or something. Somebody might think it sounds how it's supposed to sound.
yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. I
Like,
think
yeah,
I'm gonna leave it there. I think I worded that whole thing wrong. So let's just fucking discard what I said. You know, I want
cool.
to move out of that because what I said is wrong, and I'm retracting that. You know, and I love that I could
Cool.
retract and be like, yo, I was wrong, because that makes no fucking sense. What I said makes no
Oh.
fucking sense whatsoever. So I'm like, you say, oh, I think I understood what you said. I'm like, bro, I didn't even understand what the fuck I
Oh.
said.
Yeah, it's
Oh
cool. It's
shit,
cool. It's
man.
cool. It's
But
cool, man.
that's cool, man. But if they want to hear your new album, right? Or actually, excuse me, album, your latest album, what could they expect from these albums?
The last few that I put out,
Yes.
you can expect
Like, let's say if I was to go to gym, right? Which album could I play? If I was to want to just have a, day by day type of songs to hear, see
if you
what I
wanted
hear. You know
to.
what I mean?
Okay, well, the Kings O2 album,
Hmm.
that's an album where like it's a very emotional, in my opinion. It's a very emotional album, and I'm speaking on like real things that I see and I go through. So I feel like what you can expect is authenticity and like lyrics that not only that you might be able to relate to, but you will be able to see the picture of the story that I'm telling. So you get a real story. You get an authentic story.
And the
Um,
cool and the good thing I like about that, bro, is that I could go back and listen to it and I just be like, oh, that's a cool story to hear. But you actually made it to the point where it's enjoyable to hear. You know, it's modern, it's you, it's trap. You know, I could be rocking to it and at the same time like hearing the story. You know, but sometimes they go through people's heads. You know, but there's people out there that actually listen. Like my son listens to the lyrics. I'm like, yo, he's talking some real shit. But then at the same time, I could vibe to it. It's a vibe, which is what I like about your music. That your whole catalog is a vibe, man. You know, and some of them are a little bit slow. You know, like the ones you do with F and Test, or when you go into your love state of mind. You know, which is pretty dope because you have that variety of music where I could just go and listen to music and have a different sense of moods. Because I'm not feeling like a certain way every single day, but I have different moods throughout the day. As an artist, you know, I'm not saying we're bipolar, but like when we're in a studio, we could get really bipolar because we have a whole bunch of different moods, you know. And then
mhm,
we create
mhm.
all this type of music in one day, you know. Because I myself, you know, or like, I don't know if it happens to you, right? Because I heard it happens to a lot of artists that try to find out why this happens to me. You know, like I'll be in the studio and shit like that, or be in the vibe, putting on instrumentals, and I could change from one mood to the other mood to the other mood to the other one. What the fuck? I'm sad, then I'm happy, then I'm feeling deep, then I'm feeling like this. I'm like, bro, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I totally get it. And shit, man. I feel like that probably just got to do with like just yourself. Like
Yeah.
how in tune you are with yourself. And just to speak for me, like right now, I feel like I know what energy I want to be on.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what I want to get out of my day.
Yeah.
So that translates into the music.
Mhm.
Like I know what type of interaction I want to have with people. So that leads into the things that I say in my lyrics, because I speak
Mhm.
on how I I say the things I say. A lot of the things that I say in my lyrics are things that I would say to somebody face to face.
course,
if I had the chance. Like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah, of course.
Like I had an interaction yesterday. It went a certain way, so now I'm going to talk about it in the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the cookup, man. Okay, what kind of people could hear this? So like, or where would you hear this?
The cook up.
Yeah,
If you with your boys and you guys are trying to like have a nice little freestyle session and you need some beats to put on, you can throw on the cook up. And you'll have like a good hour and a half worth of beats to just freestyle on. Yep.
damn. So do you wanna, if you're looking for that rap, that monstrosity, go listen to the cookup, man. You got it right there. But
Yeah,
how
and
about
there's a
King Flow?
variety of beats on there. There's a variety of beats. There's a whole bunch of different styles of beats on there. So there's
But
something
did
on
you
there
make
for
all
everybody.
of these beats or did you buy them?
What do you say?
Did you buy all these beats or did you make them?
I made them. I made them.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah,
shit. Oh, so they're
yeah.
getting the full experience. They're getting Lorenzo Breeze, like from the instrumentals, from the production, from the
Mhm.
mastering, from the songwriting. That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's fucking
yeah,
crazy, bro. You're on a fucking good road, man. You're on
yeah,
that road,
yeah.
man, where you're not
Thanks,
gonna
man.
need nothing, and you're actually gonna be able to make it because you got all the resources that you don't have to pay for because you are the fucking machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The battery. Yep.
That's what's up, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, man.
some people don't got the resource. And when I say resource, I'm talking about studio time for the resource to make videos and stuff like that. But it's looking like you're trying to do everything for yourself, so you make it to where you want to get to. So you don't
Yeah,
have to pay
yo.
so
Like,
much money because to make it in the music industry, it costs a lot of fucking money. It's not just about being able to record it and shoot the video and all this stuff. You also have to pay for promotion, which is something that I myself, slept on because you need to promote it out there. If people aren't seeing it, aren't hearing it, then they're not gonna know about it, no matter how good the song or video may be, how good the story may be. Just with one person seeing or hearing it, it could fucking change your life because then that person could have like 1,000 people and shares it with other friends, and then their friends shares it with their friends and their friends and their friends. But if nobody's seeing it, then it's gonna be hard for anyone to share your music or you know, it's gonna be hard to make
mm-hmm.
that traffic. Um, but yeah, man, you on a
Yeah,
fucking good
yo.
road, man.
I just want to speak on that part too about like nobody sharing the music and nobody seeing nothing. Cause I had to, yo, apart from music, man, I feel like music and reaching where you want to be in your career, whatever it is, it has a lot to do with like where you are with yourself.
Yeah,
And like a few years ago, where I was only making rap, like I was only rapping songs, like that's all I was doing with my time. I
yeah,
had no money. I had no money, and I was getting out, walking outside every single day, hungry and broke. And like, I'm telling you exactly what went through my head. Like
yeah,
I would walk outside and I would look at all my neighbors, and I look at the neighbor on the left, and I'd be like, oh, he's an MTA worker, and I'm like, wow, he has his car, he has his wife, you know,
yeah,
and he's living in his house, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he don't rap, he don't make music, but he's living the life that like a lot of people are rapping to get, to tell you the truth, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
yeah,
he's not rapping, so I'm like, what is the difference? Like, what is he doing that I'm not doing? And I'm like, oh, like life ain't all about that. It's not all about rap. Like, it's not all about that. There's other things that you gotta kind of put time into to acquire that will push you closer to those goals that you really want deep inside. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I try to take, a little piece out of that, like, all right, let me become a little more solidified and like just being, a person, you know, having my resources and the things that I need, like to provide just as a human being, and
Yeah,
then once you can do that, you know, yeah. So that's why I started like putting my time into like barbering and all these other
yeah.
skills,
You said you were born 92, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
94. So you're a
94.
little bit
Okay, yeah.
older. Yeah, so you're a little bit older, wiser than me, right?
Okay.
So the thing is here, right? Damn, how do I say this? For example, I get it, right? In the rap community, we always fucking doing shit, right? Where if you're a rapper or you're in this fucking entertainment. Well, I don't call it entertainment. I call it culture. To me, it's a culture. You know, it's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
you're about. You live, you breathe it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
it's not something you come in and you fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking fit in. No, it's either something you are or you're not. You know,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
can tell right away when a person is not about it and when you
yeah,
are
yeah,
about it. You know, they act like a weird ass way, or weird
yeah,
ass
yeah,
people.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But as you get older, you know, when you're young, stuff, you know, you try to do this and that. But as you get older, I realize, you know, we kind of look goofy out here, man. When
yeah,
we look in a
yeah,
certain way, you know,
yeah,
because you
exactly,
see
exactly.
grown folks your age and stuff like that, you know, dressed in a certain way, looking a certain way.
Hmm,
You're
hmm.
like, damn, and I'm still over here looking like that. That kind of what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, you look goofy. You know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
damn. I'm not saying that you gotta, how you call it, you can no longer be about the culture. It's just that
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah, yeah.
you have, it's not that you're bigger than the culture or anything like that. It's just that you have to grow up. You know, like Jay-Z, you
Yeah,
don't see him dressing up with them jerseys and stuff like that he did back in the days. You know,
yeah,
you see him
yeah,
dressing quite well, you know, in suits and whatnot. Because as an artist, we're not supposed to stay in the same. We're not supposed to fit in. We're supposed to grow so the people could grow with us with our story. Because we're not gonna be in the struggle forever. You know, at some point we're gonna get out of it. At least have a job or a stable job and a stable home. You know, whether
yeah.
it's
Hmm.
an apartment, whether it be a home, whether it be with your wife or kids. Now, you can't be talking about nonsense all the fucking time while you're not living there or keep staying in that same place, you know. And I feel like that's why a lot of people grow out of love with some artists because they're still trying to talk about shit that is no longer uh suitable with their age, you know, because they're still talking about certain shit. But then you look at them like, but bro, you're like 50, you're like this age, but then you look goofy as hell, dressing this way and acting this way, you know, because man, how do I say this, right? You know, I don't know if you see what I see, right? But sometimes I be seeing people who are older than me, right? My father or whatnot, and they're still out here trying to act young and shit, you know, looking, try to fit in with the youth and stuff. But then you're like, damn, bro, like I'm not even doing that. So like, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Like you're
Hmm.
supposed to show me how to get it, how I'm supposed to be, and not show me the whole a completely different thing. You know, because then as a culture, we're not growing, and that's what they talk shit about as a culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
as like for example, right, my people, right? I'm talking about Mexicans, right?
yeah,
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 I get it. We're hard workers. Yeah, work construction. We get shit done as fast as we want and shit like that. Okay, cool.
yeah.
That's
Hmm.
all cool. But I feel like, you know, why not fucking be business owners? Why the fuck now want to be dressing a little bit more with class and shit? That doesn't mean that we gotta be act a certain way. That just means that we have to grow and develop as people, as individuals, you know, so they respect us more and not just keep downgrading us and keep seeing us as minors. You know what I mean? Because if we're doing that, then guess what? It's not doing any good for whoever's on the outcome or the youth. You know, it's doing more damage to them than it's actually helping them out. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
because they're always gonna.
We're all stubborn people, and that's why the world has people like you in it to annoy everybody about the good stuff.
Not just me, man, like yourself too. You know what I mean? You
Yeah, that's
are
what I'm
wiser
saying.
than
Yo,
me.
yeah, man. Yo, I'm telling you, I know exactly what you're saying, bro. And like I realized all of that, and like on some real time shit, you know, like when I have artists with me, and like sometimes they're not that keen on something, and what it is that I have to tell them to get them more up on game requires a lot of detail. I see it in their faces, man. Like niggas,
Yeah.
they getting annoyed. But I'm like, look, you gotta hear this, bro. You gotta hear this, bro. And I
No, I
don't
mean,
care
like,
how annoyed you get with me, bro.
yeah,
You
yeah, but like
gotta
you
hear
let
this.
myself know, you know, you've been there, you know, when you're that age, you're stubborn because you're young, so you think you could, you know, you
Yeah,
could rule the
yeah,
world. But when you get older, you're like, damn, I was fucking wrong. Like this guy
yeah,
is not
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
what I'm seeing, what I saw, you know. Like I wish somebody would have told me that, but there was people, you know, I'm not gonna lie, there was people who told me that when I was younger, but
That part
because
too, man.
stubborn,
That
you
part
know,
too. That part too. You
because
know.
they just say like if you don't learn the right way, you're gonna learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that shit is crazy. It's like, for example, right, women are always right. They're looking for a guy who looks, you know, well cleaned up and so they got a life, you know, together. So they're not looking for a guy who fucking looking like a fucking circus and shit. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
I mean, like guys our age, right? Like, well,
Not at
whoever,
all.
you know, everyone wants a woman, right? Because I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie, who the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
doesn't?
yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
as you get older, if you look that way, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know,
Yeah,
who the
yeah,
fuck is this
exactly.
cornball? And it's
Yeah,
not just them. It's just people in
yeah,
general. You know, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
yeah.
You
And
know what
then,
I
then
mean?
people aren't nice either. People aren't nice either. Some
Yeah,
some people gonna take the extra extent to cut your ass.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like these kids, right? What's it called? The Island Boys. I mean, they're young, so I mean, it is what it is as they look. You know, when they get older, they probably think about things a little bit differently, as everyone else does. But you don't see Ti, like for example, Ti, Jay Z, or 50 Cent. You know, these guys, they're that age, but they fucking dressing like ballers, man. They're not out here dressing like they did back in the days. They had no money, you know. They're out here looking like fucking ballers because they're business people now. They're not trying to go back. Like, yeah, they get like I get they get it, they love that
Yeah,
era, so that and everybody wants that part of like let's say they were saying I miss the old Kanye, but Kanye has developed to a different monster. He's no longer that person he was back in the days. He's just trying to make it. You know, where he it's not that he wanted to dress that way. Just like a lot of us, we don't want to dress a certain way. It's just that it's what we could afford, and we try to be different. We try to express ourselves. We're young, so we're trying so many things out. But as we get older, we're like, oh shit, like life is different. We thinking different. We're like, oh shit, we want to have this type of life. We want to look like this and respectable and this other thing. Cause not for nothing, but like if like myself, right? If I walk into a place, I want to be respected. You know, I don't want to be looked at as oh, this is a fucking rapper and this and that. No, I want to be first respected, and then you can look at whatever else is that I got
yeah,
going on.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, 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 yeah. I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that. That's all on you. Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
that's
all
just
on
me
you.
personally, you know? That's me
Yeah,
personally. I don't know about other people, but I'm just saying that
yeah. I feel that
myself
same
as a
way.
man.
That's an understanding. That's a level of understanding too. I
Uh-huh. Of
believe like that's a level of understanding. Like
course,
kind of
of
got to
course.
get there to be thinking like that.
Yeah,
To know why people respect certain things and how you get that respect. You know.
yeah, it's not just to fucking have people like kiss your ass or for some reason.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's just
nah.
that it makes you feel good as a man, you know, as a person,
Yeah,
as an
yeah, yeah, yeah,
individual, you know,
yeah,
like to be
yeah,
respected anywhere you go. It's not to be like, oh, I fucking own the place or I'm better than everyone. No,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, there you don't have to deal with those people. You got to deal with yourself. Wherever you go, you're a representation of yourself. You're not a representation of anyone. You're a representation of yourself, and then probably you could be a representation of everyone else because you know. But no, that is true. You are a representation of whoever you are. You know, like myself. That's the reason why I did a whole change because I don't want my people being looked at. Every time they think about my people, they think about them as cholos, people who are fucking bald, fucking sleeping with their hats down and shit like that, or
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking stereotype, just like your people.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I don't know, see people. It's fuck man. This fucking society is so stupid, man. Where they fucking labeling everyone as colors and oh shit. I fucking hate it, bro. But I have to do it for the reason that this is how they look at us in the end of the day. That's the truth,
yeah, yeah,
whether we
yeah,
like
yeah,
it or not.
yeah.
You know, but this is stereotypes going on. So I'm like, man, if I want to fucking make that change, then I got to do it myself. So then I could be a representation of my people. So if I don't really do it to be a representation of my own people, I do a representation to be a representation of myself. And then if I was to be a representation of my people, then it is what it is. You know, it is what it comes. It is what it comes with the game. You know, it's what
I
comes with the
get it,
game.
man. That's why I go so hard too, because there's certain expectations that people that come along when people go to black businesses. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like I be trying to like I have my tendencies too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all
we
do, but
all do.
I be trying. I be
Yeah, man.
trying. Yeah,
We all
yeah,
try, man. We
yeah,
all try the best we can, man. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And some probably we can't do it right now because of certain conditions, you know. But as soon as we can, we always do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're up
yeah,
here, like I
yeah.
said, and then we're down here, then we're down here, then we're up here. You know, it's a fucking roller coaster in life. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
depends. That's why I realized that it's not about how much makeup or how much success you got. It's about if you're really okay inside. You know, if you're inside, if you're good inside, you know, with yourself, you know, then you're gonna be good no matter where you go. You know, no matter if
Yeah,
you're
man.
poverty, middle class, or high class, you're always gonna be happy because you're happy with yourself. So anywhere you go, they always see you smiling, and that's all that really matters in the end of the day. You know.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you. And that's why I said like you got a level of understanding, bro. Like what you just said about like being happy with yourself. That's
Yeah.
why I was talking about stuff like that earlier. Like, these are mental things. Like before people can even like get to a certain level with the music and all that stuff,
Yeah.
like being happy with yourself, that's a
Yeah.
whole other aspect. Like,
You mean
of
to have for yourself, man? You could release
yeah,
whatever the fuck you want, no
yeah,
matter what anybody says, and no
yeah,
matter
yeah,
if
right.
it succeeds or not, doesn't matter. You don't give a fuck. You're still there, man. Either way, you gotta
Mhm.
do, like I said, you gotta do streams of revenue. You still releasing shit. If it pops up, pops up. If it doesn't, then fuck it. You know, you know what you got. You know.
To just to build on that a little bit, like, cause I'm a person that has skills. Like I have real skills. Like I could do
So,
things that require, skill. So
so
like let's say like all right, I have confidence in what I do because I mastered those skills.
of course.
So when I come through, I'm not nervous
Mhm.
because I know that I'm gonna get the job done. So confidence in self, like what builds confidence, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I would assume that it's like knowledge and knowing, like knowing something where like you have something where like you're certain about,
Yeah.
like I know this for a fact, so can't nobody take it from me, can't nobody tell me otherwise,
Of
you know what
course.
I'm saying? And I feel like shit, like a lot of people might say different things, but like we all learning this life together, but I feel like what I've observed is that the more you know, the more confident you can be,
Yeah.
because you're not empty, you're not without, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not just about confidence, bro. You see, you could have all the money in the world, right? But if you don't have skills, if you don't know shit,
Yeah.
you don't know shit, bro. Like myself, right? I'm not like you, yourself, and myself, right? We learn all this shit, Like I know how to be a plumber. I know how to do be an electrician, construction worker, how to work in how to do retail, with the whole shit, whether PR, whatever the fuck it is. I know how to do all these things, videography, photography, all this other bullshit, graphics, website design. You like yourself, these skills. So no matter where you go, no matter your condition, no matter your situation, you're always gonna be able to strive and succeed.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
matter
it's gonna
if
be
you
able to do
have one
something.
dollar in your pocket, you could do shit with $1 in your pocket. Did you know that right now I'm doing this whole AcapellicTV thing without $1, and that's not because I don't want to invest, or because again, no, because I'm going to prove to my cousin, or because he's a very stubborn child, you know what I mean? So I want to show him that with $0, I'm going to make this shit, you know, accumulate to something, and I'm already doing that without even fucking even promoting. Yeah, that's funny. But I'm going to show his ass that you could do it, just like I did it back then. But $0, because I started social when I had $0. That was a fucking bad situation. But basically, I'm not saying I'm a fucking great situation, but I'm in a okay situation where I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Um, but I just want to show them, like it's not about what you like, how much money you got. It's about the drive. You know what I mean? Like you yourself or anyone who has a fucking skill. You have a skill, you're gonna make it fucking too. You could sell your fucking skill. You could fucking do a fucking job electrical work right now. You could do a fucking job for someone and shit like that. They're gonna pay you money. That's good money. The fucking production work is about like $500 to $1,000 depending on what type of services you're providing. A fucking music video goes from 500 to $5,000. Just depends what the artist wants and how you grind and how you hustling, and who you're selling to and who you're looking for. As long as you got a skill,
Mhm.
you're always gonna be okay, no matter if you have $1, $0, $50, $1,000, because you got that drive and that passion to fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna do this shit and I'm gonna fucking succeed one way or another way, no matter what gets in my way. You know what I mean? Because
Hell
it's that
yeah.
fucking ambition that you got in you, and a lot of people don't got that shit, bro. And I think that's what people really fail to understand nowadays, because they're not. Everything is so easy nowadays. So fucking information is out there,
uh,
but they're not. What's it
and
called?
what
They're
what
not
I like
working
to say
as
to
hard.
myself, what I like to say to myself, because I feel like we all the same. I feel like
Yeah,
everybody's the same. Like we all breathe the same air. Like we all got the same possibilities. Well, I like to say to myself, like, just because what someone, I'm not gonna let what someone isn't doing for themselves, I'm not gonna let that affect what I can do for me. Because we all got the same. We all gifted the same things. Like we all got the same two hands, same two feet. So, well, some people, unfortunate, what I'm saying, but like what I'm saying is that like we all are capable. Like we all are
yeah,
capable. So like I try to I try not to allow like all those shortcomings and all those doubts to affect me. You know, I just believe that I can do it all. You
Yeah,
know, because
you have to.
I feel like you can. I really think you can.
Bro,
I
we
really
all
think you
do
can.
this. Like when you start doing this, or when I started doing whatever I did, like, we didn't start knowing everything that we're doing now. This is a fucking skill we developed. You know, it's a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
skill
yeah,
that we
yeah, yeah,
learned. You
yeah,
know, it's not like somebody came and said, "Oh, look, this is how you do this, how you do that." No, like it's like you're learning on the fly. You're learning on the job. You're learning it while you're doing it, while you're failing, while you're succeeding. It's not something you fucking grow up knowing. You know, it's something that you fucking learn. You know, it's either in you or it's not in you. You know what I mean? That's the truth, man. And I don't know, man. I think this whole TikTok world and this whole fucking internet world nowadays. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing because it's easier to pop off and easier to succeed. There is no fucking reason for why nobody to succeed nowadays. But it's not helpful in a way that it's not making people have that same drive to succeed, and that's the scary thing because you may succeed right now and tomorrow, when, but there's some point where you're gonna come back down and you're not gonna have that same drive that we had to, where you want to learn different skills to, win in different what's it called? Ah, shit. So let's say I forgot what to call it. Let's say if it doesn't work out with the music, you work out with something else because you're building skills. You have the drive and passion to succeed regardless of what happens today or tomorrow. And they're just looking for the easy way out. And that's not reality, man.
yeah. Okay, because everybody ain't grasping it. Don't let us not grasp it. You know what I'm saying? You and
Yeah.
I. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, be the light, you know, shine so that people
And
can see it, but we can't make people shine.
hey man, just like 2 Chainz, he was helping out these artists and whatnot, and then
Yeah,
because of the love of it, because he was
yeah,
doing it
yeah,
for
yeah,
certain
yeah,
artists, they helped him out. Look at him, man, he's a fucking megastar, and he's still that same guy. Which, from what I heard, bro, and that's fucking amazing, man. How a guy like that, helping everyone out, then they helped him out. He's still the same genuine guy. See, that's the type of people who I respect, man. Who don't grow that, and like what you said before, some people may see that as arrogance, but it's not arrogance, man. It's the truth. But some people don't like the truth. They say, "Give me the truth," but they can't handle the truth. It's not
yeah,
arrogance to have confidence. That's another level of growth, of mentality, of being a man or a grown woman. Whatever the case may be. It's what comes with one growing. Because it's what comes with growth. With growth comes wisdom. We can't always stay the same. And some people, when they're not wise enough, they take it all as arrogance or having a ego. But it's not about that. You live long enough to realize that if you want to succeed in anything, you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in yourself. And everyone says this. Every artist has said this, but no, everybody, when somebody else says it that isn't your favorite artist, they take it like, this guy just being an arrogant guy or egotistical guy. But no, your favorite artist been saying this. The guy that you look up to been saying this. That if you're not believing in yourself, then you're not gonna make it, man. There's only so much that your work could do for you. You know,
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
truth. But
A lot
let's get
goes
back to the
into it,
music.
man.
Huh?
A lot goes into it. That's why I got into the point where I don't judge nobody and I don't hate nobody, cause like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on in people's lives and going
yeah,
on in people's heads where like we all be at different places, you know, dealing with a lot of different things. And like to speak for myself, I feel like the certainty that I have in myself now, it came from me figuring out certain other life things, you know.
mm,
Like a lot of people are still, they're dealing with a lot of different life issues that some of us have taken the time out to kind of try and figure out. Like
yeah,
some people still struggling with making $1 for the day. Some people don't even really know what they want to be in life. Some people don't know how they want to act or how they want to talk. Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things that people got that like more personal, that kind of got to have put attention towards before getting to certain things. Like, but I know I could run this business right now, like the business that I'm running and when things that I'm doing, because I'm sure of myself
yeah.
and I know what I know. And I could write out what I know and show you what I know. Like, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
And
no,
but
I know
that comes
exactly what
from
you're saying.
Yeah, but that comes from taking the time out to study and you know, but even knowing what you want to study, that takes a long time sometimes. Some
You never stop learning.
before, yo, I went to just to tell you like a little bit of my story. Like I went to a performance arts college called Five Towns College, right? And I went there for like a year and I flunked out horribly. I flunked out horribly. I went there to learn audio engineering and flunked out really freaking bad. So I was home because I went to dorm and then I had to go home. So I was home for like 2 years doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing. Like I didn't know what to do with life. Like I didn't know what to do. Like and I
I know
I,
that
I just
feeling,
sat
bro.
in the park. I just sat in the park, just looking at the sky, trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
No, trust me, I've been there, bro.
Yeah,
Trust me,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
scary,
So
bro.
a lot of people are there,
Yeah,
and it's okay because it's just part of it.
yeah, but no, what you're saying has so much truth, man. Because look, listen, from when I dropped out of high school, I started learning this business and learning how to become an artist and how to do this and engineering and all that stuff. But thing is, see, I was poor growing up, so I didn't have these luxuries, to go out and do all these other things, dating because they cost money, right? And I'm gonna be real. So I never really got the chance to actually go on actual date. You did the puppy love dating and shit like that, but nothing to real like, oh shit, like we doing that real, because it's different when you're dating when you're young kids, like probably like 10 years old. But then when you get to that teenage age, that's a different level. And then when you go to an adult phase, that's a different level. But when I dropped out of high school, right? The first year in high school, right? This was my thing. I didn't care about dating. I didn't care about going out. I didn't care about friends, none of that stuff. So I never allowed myself to actually get to know myself and who the fuck I want to be. I was just portraying whatever from that time when I
Yeah,
dropped out. That's the image that I was portraying, and I never really
yeah.
got the time to actually grow as a person, as a man, as a human being.
That's
And
really
then
growth right there.
yeah, man. And I had an accident about 4 years ago, and that's when fucking time stopped. I couldn't release music. I couldn't do nothing because for this stuff you need to physically be there. I wasn't physically capable to move or walk, you know.
What
So
happened? If you don't mind.
I can't really run it down because I can't legally speak of it, but I
Oh,
give
okay,
a
okay.
quick rundown. Yeah, I fell from an elevator shaft from the third floor down to the basement. Doing
Mm,
construction work. I almost lost my life in that shit. So that stopped my whole life. So then thanks to that, it was a blessing and a curse, because I could have lost my life, you know, and it's a scary thing. But that was a homie because that gave me time to actually get to know myself. Like, oh shit,
mm.
like there's
I
a
can
whole bunch
relate,
of
man.
emotions. Yeah, man. This shit happens to a lot of people when you're just focusing on working and not giving time to yourself to spend with your family, to go on dates, to enjoy time, to go out to do, to do things that are entertaining, like trying new things and stuff like that, or going to a restaurant. As simple as going to a restaurant and trying out new foods or whatever. I never had the time the or gave myself the time to actually, the TLC, where everybody talks about, time, love, and care. So actually get to know myself and have fun and all these other things. So when the accident happened, I was like, well, who the fuck am I? All that fucking ass is all this other shit that I was doing, which is the music business and all this other shit, but like who the fuck am I? Like what the fuck? Like I never really grown as a person from the time I was a kid. I was still a kid, so I was like, oh shit. That really woke me up. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta realize who the fuck I am. And then I realized, like, oh shit, why the fuck am I still dressing like this and back then and this and that? And what the fuck do I think like this? And I was like, oh shit, I gotta look at things from a different perspective because I may be wise enough when it comes to certain things, but I'm not wise enough when it comes to what it is to live. Whether it be from dating, going out, and this and that, or traveling. Like I wasn't wise in that perspective because I may be the wisest person in this situation. I'm not saying the best way into it, but I may know what I'm doing. I may know what I'm doing here. But when it comes to this, like how the fuck I'm gonna get there? Like I said, like oh shit, like I want a family, but I don't even know what the fuck it is to actually date a grown woman as a grown man. I'm like, oh shit. This is real shit. This is shit
Mm.
that I've been working on these past for a couple of years, and I'm like, oh damn. Now I could actually come on here. Like last time we actually spoke when we did the interview. I was there like, oh, what's up, like, what's up, but that's not me anymore. I'm like, oh shit. Then I'm like, damn, that just put me up like that, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, it sounds funny, like, damn, like, how the fuck you do that? But it's like I was poor on my life, so I wanted to fucking succeed, bro. I wanted to fucking just make it from, I want to get to the riches, I wanted to become rich. I want to get that success, but it was hard, man. It was hard to actually do that. It was hard to actually do that, man. But thank God, by the grace of God, but just man, me putting in the work, the same work that I put into grinding, I put into getting to know myself as a human being. I went to the gym. I lost all the damn weight. I
That's
fucking look
another whole
good.
aspect. What you just said about getting to know yourself as a human being. Man, you talking stuff that right now that has a lot to do with like mental awareness and mental health.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And that has that has a lot to do. Yeah, I know what I feel you, bro. I really
yeah,
feel you,
man.
man. I really
Because I
feel
get
you.
it. Because I get it. Like we
Yeah,
as man, we're supposed to be strong and shit like that.
yeah,
But we
yeah,
also have to understand that we're human.
yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah,
supposed to be feeling this shit. A
yeah,
lot of people want to shy away from this because we're told a certain way, and coming being a '90s baby, we're told to be fucking strong, be the man of the house, and this and that, feel nothing, let nobody know shit, and if we feel a certain way, just fucking ignore it. But no, we have to attack it because if we don't fucking attack it and deal with it, and we just always shying away from it, then that's when addiction started happening. That's when we start drinking and smoking and getting high and this and that. I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm just saying you have to moderate this because there's other things that you have to do. Like I, for example, I have goals. You have goals to get to places. But if you're just doing this thing all the time, then it's fucking stopping you from getting to the next level.
yeah.
And
And
unfortunately, that's what happens to a lot of people.
my on my journey and like my mental health and how I learned to deal with that is I've turned like my negative reactions into positive reactions. So like if I don't get my way with somebody, like if somebody makes me feel a certain way, I just go and do something positive and I just go hard at it. Like
Yeah,
somebody make me upset, I'm gonna go do some push-ups. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm not
yeah.
gonna get upset, I'm gonna go do push-ups. Yeah. I'm
Nah,
gonna go
yeah, I'm saying,
make a beat or something. Like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know, do something positive with that energy.
yeah, man. I
Yeah.
myself, I'm an extremist, bro. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. After I said I got into a situation, so it's the first time dealing with a fucking actual heartbreak as an adult. So I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, how the fuck I deal with this? So the only way I know how to deal with something is being productive. So I said, you know what? Fuck this. Let me get hit the gym, let me just lose all this weight. Like as a human, me as a person, like I like to always fucking show like I hate it not to say I'm better than anyone, but I always like to show that I'm the fucking best. Like you, so you probably want to show that you're the fucking best. So I
Yo,
said,
yeah, I feel you.
fuck this shit. You know
Yo,
what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
I hit the gym.
I'm about to go hard on your ass. Yep.
Yeah, I hit the gym.
Yeah.
I said, fuck this. I don't be fucking feeling this. But I
About to
probably,
see what's
I'm not
really
gonna
good.
lie. I was in my bitch mode for a week or two. Then I said, fuck this, man. I went hard, I started at home. So then hit the gym and this and that, and I completely lost all the weight, man. I was weighing in at almost like three something hundred pounds, and now I'm weighing in at fucking 180, bro.
Yo,
I did
that's
a whole
yo.
360 at that shit, bro.
Man, that's crazy. It's crazy that you mentioned because I'm here thinking to myself, yo, you a lot slimmer, bro. You a
Yeah,
lot
man.
slimmer.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yo, good stuff, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Good
Appreciate
stuff,
the love,
man.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
this is
yeah.
something I feel like everyone should take in. If you're putting so much energy into doing something, you should put it into everything, man. Because once you do that shit, you're gonna fucking see it all the fucking time. If you feel like I don't know. That's just the way I look at it, right? Anything I want to do, I put 110,000% behind it, because
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
of an extremist. I'm an extremist,
No, I feel that. I feel that.
if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna
I
go
feel
like
that.
all the fucking
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
But like you said, mental health is a real thing, and you don't realize until you're actually in that situation. Like, oh shit, this is actually not bullshit. Because as like I said, like once you have time and you actually have time to actually look at yourself and
mm-hmm.
analyze yourself. Because I like to analyze myself, be like, oh shit, I need to fix this shit. I fucked up here. I have to apologize. As much as I may not want to apologize, because I'm the type of person very sorry, but I'm like, no man, I gotta do it for my own good because I know it's fucked up. I could probably take the highway and say, I'm not fuck it, I was right, this and that. But I'm not gonna grow as a person. And I had to realize that too, when I was in this position. I was like, oh shit, actually, you know what? It's more respectable and it's actually good on me. I get to sleep at night well, and not like before where I was like, damn, man, I really fucked up. And like this and that. Like, maybe I'll fuck it up. Next time I'll fucking make it up. And then next time never comes because life moves like this. Before you know it, I guess you're really fucked up again. Just apologize
Yeah,
right there or, fix it right there. If you feel like you want to do something, you just gotta go 110,000%, you know. And the same thing I tell you, people who listen to this, man, if you're in a fucking bad situation, the same way that you put into the same energy you put into probably other things, put the same energy to whatever it is that you want to do, you know. Never fucking let your guard down either, you know. You gotta expect that some things may not happen how you want it to happen, and some things are gonna take over than other things. But it's just something that you gotta understand why you're doing this, you know,
Takes a
because
lot of
sometimes,
awareness. You know,
yeah,
often we get in the middle of something and then we totally like just are not aware that it's taking our time and our energy. You know, it's just being aware, being aware.
yeah.
Something that everybody can relate to, down to the, you know, something that's really simple is when you're scrolling too much on Instagram. You
Oh,
know,
trust me, I had
that's
to
a very
delete that
simple
shit, bro.
thing that everybody can relate to, you know, and you're doing it so long, and before you realize it, 2-3 hours done passed, and what have you gotten done in those 3 hours? Nothing.
Nothing.
You know, so there's a lot of things that you're probably doing right now. Everybody that's looking, watching, there might be something you're probably doing, and you're not getting the most out of your day by doing it, and you're just not aware. You're just not aware. Just not
It's like
aware.
this.
You know?
Either you want to be the one watching these people do it, or you want to be the person they're watching
Yeah,
doing what they're
exactly.
looking at. You know what I mean? You want to be the more, you want to be the one they talk
Exactly.
about, be the good things about, or you want to be the person that you're talking about. I mean, you want to be the person talking about other people's life experience. You're like, damn, I want to do that. I want to do this, and I wish I would have had the life. But no, you have to go out there and fucking do it. You know,
Yep.
you can't be out
Yep.
here scrolling
I've been
like that. You
scrolling on Instagram, seeing people flash their money. I'm like, man, let me go out and get some of my own goddamn money, man. What the fuck?
yeah, man.
You
Nah, for
know,
real, man. I
you
had to
know.
delete that shit a few weeks ago, man. I had to delete all that shit, and then I just came
What
back recently, this like the end of last year. So okay, now it's time to come back. Now that I'm mentally stable, mentally, you know, right, you know, time to get the shit right, you know.
you deleted your social medias?
Oh yeah, man, I deleted
Oh
everything.
yeah. I
I
deleted
deleted
Facebook for
everything.
that exact same reason. Should be a distraction, man. Should be a distraction. And then like I'm trying to put my attention towards things that like actually make something happen, you know, and
Yeah,
certain places it'd be a center for gossip. Or like, yo, you know what I realized? This is just me. Like
mhm.
I started to feel like Facebook started to become like a place for my aunts and my uncles and all them to just be commenting on whatever it is I'm doing. It wasn't really like a place for me to like facilitate my business like that. Like I still have
Yeah,
a Facebook page, but I'm just not giving certain things that much attention because I realize people use it for a certain reason. You
yeah,
know, people coming on to this to look at the person they went to fifth grade with, you know, post their pictures of their wedding. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really on there for that, but I can use it for that. But know that, like, if I'm trying to sell people a service, they're not really on this for that right now. Like, they're not trying to,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on Facebook because you know, like Gary V or Frank Cardone, they be talking about how Facebook is a good place to promote your business, but it also depends what business you got, you know. And probably
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type of
yeah.
business that you got, it's a good place to market your that type of business, you know. But if you're trying to target music industry, stuff like that, it's probably Instagram or TikTok, you know, like you said, you know, is the best
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to look
yeah,
at it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like, nah, like
Mhm.
I still got a fan page. I still got a fan page on Facebook. But look, man, let me tell you, man, like I got so many cousins. You see what I'm saying? I got so many cousins and so many distant relatives where it's like, okay, like I don't want to be scrolling through my news feed or checking my messages or like,
Yeah,
you know, where the people that are on there are interested in this not for my business. They're more so interested in it for like my personal life. Like
yeah,
you kind of get what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's
Oh no,
not really
trust me, I
what
understand.
I'm there for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then kind of get into, to get a little more into detail right quick, because like I'm getting a little I'm getting a little further ahead in what I'm doing. And
yeah,
also like my personal family is like unfolding and growing. Like we all got mysteries in our family. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like cousins and uncles and stuff that we don't really know yet. And we all just meeting and stuff like that. So like Facebook for me has grown. It has become something too personal where like, you know, I got this third aunt, you know, commenting on this. And then I got this fifth cousin saying this. And it's like, guys, like, you know, it's just I'm here for the. You gotta get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
know, because you
that's
have to
not what
try
I'm
to make
on
a
it
business
for.
thing, you know what I mean? You're mostly there trying to create, your business and revenue and stuff like that. But I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, the family is there supporting, but that's not the people you're trying to target to make your business go to the next level, because
That's what
they
I'm
always
saying.
supporting.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's
Yeah, yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what I'm saying.
I understand
That's
what you're saying,
exactly
man.
what I'm saying. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But so I saw your last music video that you released for Scorecard, man. That shit was crazy. That's crazy how you made a simple video to like a cool ass video, man. I don't know how the hell you made that video because I think you rented out a place. That place was dope. I ain't gonna lie. It was
Oh,
like
what Coca?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I shot it in Washington D.C.
No fucking way.
and I just rented out. I rented out a presidential suite. To be honest with you,
Sheesh.
to be really
Man,
honest, that was a presidential suite.
that's dope, but it's simple, but it's fucking awesome, bro. I was playing it earlier right now, and I was like, yo, bro, I love the fucking song and seeing the video. I was like, yo, perfect, bro. Because I'm the type of person, if I like a fucking song, bro, I want to see the video, you know? And just seeing the video right now, I'm like, okay, that's fucking awesome. Because there's some people who sometimes they go all out, right, with a video, but then it doesn't make sense. So it's just too much to just fucking watch. Like, oh man, it's too much going on here. But that shit was just
Mm-hmm.
so simple. You had the chick, like the whole vibe. I was like, oh shit, that shit is simple, but it's fucking awesome because it goes with the song. And I was like, okay, this is a good fucking way to fucking tell a story. Going back to Hop Out, because that was the first video that I saw from you, Hop Out, which is a
Mm-hmm.
couple of years ago, which is still fucking one of my favorite songs. I have it on the because I have the whole playlist, with the AcapellicTV. I mean, already have come onto the show, and I got the
Yeah,
best
right.
songs on. And I got Hop On there, bro. I got a Coca, bro. That's my shit, bro. I be in the gym, bro, and I be listening to this shit. Oh, fun, bro.
Oh
I'm
man,
telling
thanks.
you, I got that shit on my own personal playlist for the gym, because
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. Coca is one of the fucking songs I could say when it comes to Coca and one of the songs, some of the songs of Jay of the Beast Slayer and Tyler Lance, bro, and Elijah Mills. And the thing is that I love having your back, man. I love having your back, man, because I believe that you, Elijah Mills, and Tyler Laz, man, you guys have talent. You have that grind, man. I haven't seen Tyler Laz release anything, but you three, man, I've seen you guys, bro, and I think you guys are gonna be three of the artists, man, who are gonna fucking make it. That I have had the privilege and honor to have on the show and interview, man. And I want to thank you, man, for even allowing me to interview you, man, because you know, some artists won't even give me the. Well, I'm not saying that anybody has denied, but some artists will be thinking that they're too big for a platform like myself, because I don't have the numbers like that. But like I said before, and I say again, if I love your fucking music, I love what you do with your movement, I'm gonna fuck with you regardless. So
Nah,
I
thank you,
thank you for
man.
that, man.
Thank you, yo. One of the things that I'm learning is that you gotta show support to the people that show you support, man. It
Of
goes a
course.
long way. It goes a long way, and I ain't perfect, but I try. I,
Yeah, man.
I try. So like I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so well, man. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
you as well, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I told each and one of you, like I'm a big fan of your music. I may not be able to repost everything everyone posts because there's just so much shit that goes on,
Yeah, it's that
with
shit going
my
on.
personal life and whatnot. But if I actually want to tell you this right now too, like if you ever drop something and I may not see it or whatnot, just send it to me one day and I'll repost it, because sometimes I may not be able to, I mean, it may look like I watched the shit, but I don't. I just be scrolling fast, 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 fast. If I see
Yeah,
something like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
shit, boom, but I really don't be looking at everything
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
there's just so much shit going on. I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you. But I do see that you got certain dope shit going on, like with the whole producing and all this other stuff. Which I
Yeah.
myself gonna have to hit you up for that. But right now I'm just dealing with some things right now I need to get done. Like I told you, March I should be hitting you up from a studio for that studio time. And like I
Well, that's
said,
gonna be dope. That's gonna
yeah,
be
man.
dope.
I told you March, and March is, I'm a man of my word, and also because I will try to get these songs out, because like I myself an artist, so I went through a situation, I got some shit to release, and I feel like it's some good stuff, and I need somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's is gonna be, I need it to be in someone's hands, that it's in good hands, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I want to give it to you because like I see that drive and I see in you like I see in myself, so I want to make sure that I'm working with people who are gonna give it to me straight and not fucking sugarcoat
Mm-hmm.
shit, because that's what I like about working with. artists or producers or whoever, you know, someone who's gonna tell me, yo, this shit is ass, or yo, you could probably do this or that. Why don't you try this and that and give it to me straight, you know? I think that's better because if you do that, then I get to grow as an artist, I get to grow as a person. But if you don't do that, then all my life I'm gonna think, oh shit, yeah, I'm doing it right. What the fuck, you know? And that's not how life works, you know. And sometimes we all need a little bit of guidance. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is wrong. I'm just saying sometimes we, with a little bit of guidance, a little bit of a little bit of guidance, we could just fucking make a masterpiece, you know.
Yeah, man. Yo, as all right, bro. Not to toot my own horn, man, but the fact that I'm a barber and a producer,
That's just
you
crazy.
get you get the best of both worlds of somebody who really cares about you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because as a barber, the goal is to make you look the best.
of course.
That's the goal. And as a producer, what I've been taught as a producer is, as a producer and as an engineer, also your goal is to help the person sound the best.
Yeah,
So my whole objective is to get you where you're supposed to be. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So even if, like, you know, what I have to say or the ideas to get there might be a little cringy, you know what I'm saying? Might be a little
yeah,
awkward sometimes, but like I know that you need to hear this, you know, because
yeah.
it's for your own good.
Mhm.
It's for everybody's own good. We all want to walk out of here feeling the best and looking the best and sounding the best.
Yeah, of course.
That's everybody's objective. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because you know,
as a producer and as a barber, that's my main goal.
yeah,
You know what I'm
because you know,
saying?
like some time, like a very long time ago, I was dealing with this one producer, right? And like he, you know, sometimes you could tell when they're just about fuck, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and when they don't give it to you straight. So I thought I was doing it right, you know. He could have got me and say, you know what, you probably should, you know, practice a little bit more, so like that. So like, oh damn, I didn't know that, you know. I came to know that afterwards. At the time, you're like, oh shit, like you know when you hear your old shit and you be like, damn, what the fuck was I doing, you know, compared to what you do now. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
then like when people don't give it to you straight because they're just trying to make a couple bucks, or because they're afraid to hurt your feelings as artists. And I don't really blame them
Mm-hmm.
either because there's artists out there who can't take criticism, you know. And it's not really criticism, it's guidance. Because you're the producer.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that I, I believe, right, that everyone as an artist or producer, you want to make sure whatever you're releasing out there or putting out to the world, you want to make sure that it's the best it could be so that people could come back and say, oh shit, I fuck with this guy. You know what I mean? So I give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, you know what, I think he probably dealt with some artists in the past and thought like I was gonna feel some type of way. So that's how I want to take it. But you know, it's better to always be straightforward with artists, even if they may get in their feelings, you know, because then they get to do always. People now they feel like, you know, now if they take that road where they forget offended, it is one out, then now it's their problem, you know. They're just gonna have to fail to find out, well, hey man, this guy wasn't trying to offend me or trying to bring me down. He was actually trying to help me get to where I want to get to, you know, because if you make it else is artists, if you try to make, if you do music, I think that we're all trying to put our best work out there, you know, trying to be the best. You know, people will be like, oh shit, I'm fucking this. So you want to make sure that in everyone's household or job or, you know, businesses, they're listening to your music. That's the goal, you know, because you want to make sure that everyone knows how fucking dope you are. Just like, you know, this shit is, you're like, this shit is so nice, everyone has to hear. So you're not making music so no one hears. You're trying to make music, you're making music because you know how fucking dope it is. You know, that's the reason why we
Mm-hmm.
release music. So I don't know, you know,
Yeah,
some people are
exactly.
kind of weird like that, you know, but from my perspective and from your perspective, I believe that's why we make music as artists, you know, so other people could listen to it and realize how fucking dope this piece of work is, you know, this masterpiece.
Yep. It makes you feel good, so you feel like, yo, hey, y'all gotta, yeah, come checking on some of this good stuff. Help you feel good too. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man. But
Absolutely.
going back to your music, man. Or
Yo, real
if
quick,
you
yo,
if any
did you see my message? I just shot you a message.
yeah, here in the chat, right?
Yeah.
It says having a decision. Oh shit.
Yeah,
My bad, bro.
I try to be discreet.
Oh no. I'm
Nah,
sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm sorry, man. Just
Nah, you
if you
good.
quickly want to announce anything you got coming out or shows or anything like that, just quickly let us know, man.
Um, yes. It's Lorenzo Breeze at Lorenzo Breeze, LorenzoBreeze.com. I got a project that I just created with Lucky Ty Foreign that I co-produced that's releasing in about a week. I produced about 9 tracks on there, mixed and engineered the entire thing. I got my artist Jay Miller. He just dropped his single Service that I also produced. And he will be dropping an album that I co-produced in a few weeks also. And I have my new album coming in a few weeks as well, King Zo 3, the 3rd installment to my album series where I produced and engineered all the tracks. I got this singer named Gatsby, new actor. He's an R&B experimental artist. He's also dropping an album soon where I produced all the tracks. So I got a few things in the lines. And also in a few months, I plan on moving into another office studio. I plan to be upgrading. So I got a lot of things going on.
Nice, bro. Well, guys, I have to let Lorenzo Breeze go because he has shit to do, you know. Completely understandable. I really love the conversation with you, man. Fucking awesome. Better than last time, man, where I didn't really we didn't really get to talk like this, but it's fucking awesome. We actually got to talk about a lot of whole different topics, as grown man, as artists, as business, businessman, it's fucking awesome. But next time I definitely love to talk to you more about this. But for now, I think this is the best we could do right now. We'll be checking out your music and stuff like that, and make sure to check out Lorenzo Breeze on Spotify, iTunes, and you have Google Play, so every platform, right?
Yeah,
Every
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Those are the main things. Lorenzo Breeze.
so,
And you can also check out my website, lorenzobreeze.com.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that. I have to check that out. All right,
Yeah.
man. So make sure you check out everything, and I'll catch you guys until next time. And make sure to show Lorenzo Breeze a lot of love. And thank you for the love you guys been showing us until next time. This was AcapellicTV with your boy, Valencia, and Lorenzo Breeze. Let's get it. We're Acapellic.
Appreciate you, bro.
Likewise, man.